Chance of rain in the air. The atmosphere is tense. Hamilton 2, Verstappen 1. It's time for the fourth round of the championship. Welcome to the 2021 Spanish Grand Prix. This is it then. Lewis Hamilton has taken 100 career pole positions, a century of poles. He lines up on the front row of the grid, looking to make it 3 wins in 2021. The driver to stop him is the young gun Max Verstappen, starting his 100th race for Red Bull today. And this is where the fairy tale started, when he won his first ever race for Red Bull back in 2016. It's Hamilton versus Verstappen. It's round 4 of the season. Let's take a look at the Drivers' and the Constructors' Championship. 3 down, 20 to go. The Formula 1 season is kicking off with its first back-to-back race. It's goodbye Portugal, hello Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix. The fourth stop on the calendar, 2 wins to Hamilton, 1 win to Verstappen. Can he make it a double victory here in 2021? This is, of course, his 100th Grand Prix start for Red Bull and where it all started for him, winning Grand Prix races back in 2016. 2 weeks' time, it's time for the glitz and glamour, the Monaco Grand Prix on the 23rd of May, followed then by Azerbaijan, Turkey now at round 7. At the end of June, we see the French Grand Prix before July sees Austria, the British Grand Prix, and then the tail end and early of August sees the Hungarian Grand Prix go into the summer break before Belgium, Netherlands and Italy form a triple header. Russia, Singapore as well, followed then by Japan, and then stateside for the American Grand Prix, Mexico and Brazil. Then it's over to Australia on the 21st of November, Saudi Arabia on the 5th of December, and then on the 12th of December, it's all done. The last race of the year in Abu Dhabi. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton leads the way by just 8 points. 69 to him. Verstappen is on 61. Lando Norris holding off third on 37. Valtteri Bottas 32. Charles Leclerc 28. Sergio Perez is on 22. Then we get Daniel Ricciardo on 16. Carlos Sainz 14. Esteban Ocon on 8. And Pierre Gasly on 7. On the second page, we see Lance Stroll on 5 points, the same now as Fernando Alonso. Yuki Tsunoda has 13th place with 2. No points on the board for Kimi Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, Sebastian Vettel, George Russell, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin or Nicholas Latifi. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes dominating the way, 101 points to them. Red Bull have only 83 points. McLaren on 53. They're ahead of Ferrari on 42. Then we get Alpine on 13. AlphaTauri have 9. Aston Martin 5. No points for Alfa Romeo, Williams or Haas. A load of action then to get ready for the year. Let's start off then and take a look at what happened on Friday, Saturday as well in the first 3 free practice sessions. Here's the reports. Valtteri Bottas went fastest in the first practice session of the weekend then on Friday morning. It wasn't really a Friday that we were all used to. Not many people running out onto the track, but certainly Bottas made a fantastic run. He was top, followed by Verstappen, Hamilton, Norris and Leclerc. So McLaren have got pace here this weekend. Ferrari seemed to be all over it. Leclerc going quick out there as well. Also adding to the fact there with Carlos Sainz in P6 on home soil. Great job for them as well. Vettel went on the soft tyres as well, but follows suit with the tyre choice. He dropped to 8th overall when mediums became the obvious tyre for first practice. Gasly was strong early on as well. Tsunoda missed part of the session, stuck in the garage. He went 11th fastest when he got back out as well. Alonso went 15th overall. Ocon went 12th. A little bit of diversity there for the team. Mazepin brought out a brief caution 4 minutes into the session, and literally 4 minutes in, coming out of turn 9, just lightly pressed the accelerator pedal, if I can get my leg up that high to show you, and the car span round like on a diamond head and it just went off into the gravel. Luckily he was managed to find a reverse gear and get going again though, so no red flag. But Mazepin at it again, was trending on Twitter. Mick Schumacher did well, though, down in 18th place, but Mazepin's been last all weekend long. Robbie Kubica brought out the only red flag in free practice 1 as well, spinning at the newly configured turn 10 on his one practice appearance at the weekend as well. Roy Nazani was out there too in the car. He was in place of George Russell. He went 17th ahead of Schumacher at half a second off of Latifi. He was down in 16th place. Right, let's take a look at the times then from first practice. Valtteri Bottas topped the first practice session on a 118.504. Max Verstappen was second at 118.537. Lewis Hamilton in third at 118.627. Lando Norris fourth at 118.944. Charles Leclerc P5 at 118.996. Then we get Carlos Sainz P6 on a 119.020. Pierre Gasly 7th at 119.062. Sebastian Vettel 8th at 119.234. Sergio Perez 9th at 119.349 and Lance Stroll rounding out the top 10 at 119.429. Yuki Tsunoda 11th at 119.669, Esteban Ocon 12th at 119.681, Antonio Giovinazzi 13th at 119.964. Then we get Danny Ricciardo 14th on a 119.732. Fernando Alonso 15th at 119.650, Nicholas Latifi 16th at 120.270, Roy Nazani 17th at 120.7, Mick Schumacher 18th at 120.766, Robbie Kubica 19th at 121.887, and Nikita Mazepin 20th at 121.976. Here's what happened then in free practice 2. Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas and Mercedes 1-2 at the board. A very, very exciting challenge for them. Hamilton at 118.170. He was a tenth of a second clear to Bottas. Leclerc surprising everyone going third, but no more than the Alpines. Ocon fourth, Alonso fifth. A great job for them so far today. They are really looking strong going into the race as well, so watch out for them in the race later on. Alpine were good on a surprise package boost last time out of Portugal. They came in the top 6 here today as well. Gasly was a fraction behind in 6th, followed by Tsunoda, who ran over the curbs early on as well, and it flicked the car into idle mode. So that's what happened with Tsunoda. It was just over there and flicked into idle mode as well as he ran over one of the curbs. Puncture for Kimi Raikkonen as well early on in the session, but it was good for Verstappen and Red Bulls. Sergio Perez was 10th, Max Verstappen 9th. Neither of the Red Bulls showing their true pace, so don't worry about that too much. It was an interesting session as well. New front wing for Lando Norris. He ran wide coming out of turn 4 there on his long fuel runs. Kind of spoiled that one as well. Good from Russell in FP2. He ended up 7 tenths behind Raikkonen, but behind of Schumacher. And of course, Mazepin was down in 20th place again. Not really a top FP2 session, is it? And not a great day for Haas. But let's take a look at the times from FP2. Lewis Hamilton topped the second practice session on a 118.170. Valtteri Bottas second on 118.309. Charles Leclerc third on 118.335. Esteban Ocon fourth at 118.466. Fernando Alonso fifth at 118.518. Pierre Gasly's P6 at 118.593. Yuki Tsunoda seventh at 118.619. Carlos Sainz is 8th at 118.674, Max Verstappen 9th at 118.785, and Sergio Perez rounded up the top 10 at 118.918. Sebastian Vettel is 11th at 118.947. Then we get Lando Norris in 12th on a 119.092. Antonio Giovinazzi is 13th at 119.122. Lance Stroll 14th, 119.134. Danny Ricciardo 15th, 119.195. Kimi Raikkonen 16th, 119.213. 119.957. Nicholas Latifi 18th at 120.046. Mike Schumacher 19th at 120.326 and Nikita Mazepin 20th at 127.53. Free practice 3 saw Max Verstappen top the timesheets as he always does on a Saturday morning. He was the most impressive, 117.835. Hamilton 2 tenths off, followed by Leclerc and Sainz. Ferrari again proving they've got some great pace this weekend, and Bottas went into P5 overall. Could have done better, should have done better, probably would do better going on as well. Norris was 6th behind as well. He's just a 10th off, though, Norris went off at turn 10 with 10 minutes to go into the gravel. Managed to get it out though, but all dust on his tyres as well. Not good enough. Raikkonen as well had a rear right puncture before turn 10 and it put him 9th overall. He had to come in as well. It turns out a camera fell off one of the other cars and just hit with the back of Raikkonen. Alonso was P11 as well in the session. He was first out on the track, but using the medium tyres, switched to the soft after a benchmark time. Tsunoda 12th ahead of Ocon as well. Stroll 14th with Vettel down in 17th. George Russell surprising everyone, going P15 on the board, surprising. Latifi 18th, followed by Schumacher and Mazepin once again in 20th place. Not the third practice everybody wanted. In fact, for the first 15 minutes, nobody headed out onto the track bar Alonso. Let's take a look at the times then from FP3. Max Verstappen tops the third practice session at 1:17.835. Lewis Hamilton is second at 1:18.070. Charles Leclerc is third at 1:18.308, followed by Carlos Sainz in P4 1:18.410. Valtteri Bottas is fifth on a 1:18.423. Lando Norris sixth at 1:18.494. Pierre Gasly seventh at 1:18.535. Danny Ricciardo eighth on a 1:18.582. Kimi Räikkönen 9th at 1:18.597. Sergio Perez rounds out the top 10 at 1:18.606. Fernando Alonso is 11th at 1:18.662. Yuki Tsunoda 12th at 1:18.673. Esteban Ocon 13th at 1:18.7. Lance Stroll 14th at 1:18.877. George Russell 15th at 1:19.005. Then we get Antonio Giovinazzi 16th at 1:19.214. Sebastian Vettel 17th at 1:19.363. Nicholas Latifi 18th at 1:19.392. Mick Schumacher 19th at 1:19.999. And Nikita Mazepin is 20th at 1:22.37. Right, so here's what happened then in the qualifying one. Out of the session went Raikkonen, Tsunoda, Schumacher, Latifi and Mazepin. A surprise as well to see Yuki Tsunoda get sent out, but the session was delayed by 10 minutes due to barrier repair after a crash in the Alpine, Formula Alpine Championship as well, formerly the World Super Cup of Renault. But that got changed over as well, so that was a session delay, unfortunately. But it was unusual to see Tsunoda kicked out, especially Raikkonen as well. The Alfa Romeo seemed to have such great pace in the practice sessions going into qualifying. Sadly, they dropped down in the end as well. Following on from that, Schumacher, that was kind of expected. Latifi, after getting through it to Q2 last time out, was expecting higher hopes. Unfortunately, drops down. But Nikita Mazepin in 20th has a 3-place grid penalty, even though he qualified 20th, and he gets another point on his racing licence. That makes a total of 2 for blocking Lando Norris in a crazy first part of qualifying. Coming up into that turn 15 and 16 chicane section of the track, 4 cars were blocking Lando Norris, but Mazepin decided to jump the queue and blocked Norris more. He's got a penalty for that one as well. So far, Mazepin making no friends in Formula 1. On to qualifying 2 then, and I had to leave the commentary box with 6 minutes to go commentate in the Formula E race at Monaco. So Megan Birch took lead commentary. I want to say thank you to her. She did an amazing job, as did Ian Birch as well. But out of the session, surprisingly, went Stroll and Gasly and Vettel. I think those 3 especially was the ones we didn't expect to see out. Stroll, you could make it into Q3 occasionally, but seems to have just missed out here. Vettel as well, after getting back into Q3 for the first time last time out in Portugal, has now dropped back here in Spain to 13th. Gasly surprising everyone, out in 12th as well. And then we see Giovinazzi in 14th and George Russell 15th. That was a disappointment as well. But Mr. Saturday again through from qualifying 1 into Q2. That's a great job. The top 10 then in the session, as we see, Lewis Hamilton making it 100 pole positions. The first run, he caught a yellow flag with Sergio Perez spinning. Perez saying that his shoulder was part of the damaged reason as well, but he went out on the track. Perez went up the order with a fantastic run as well. So well done there to Sergio Perez. Adding on that as well, we will see Verstappen, so Hamilton on a 100 pole positions, the first ever driver to do so. Verstappen second, followed by Bottas, Leclerc, Ocon surprising everyone, P5. Fantastic race there. Then we see Sainz 6th, Ricciardo 7th. Great then for him to get back into Q3 after a Q1 exit last time out in Portugal. Then we see Perez, Norris and Alonso all out of in Q3 as well. So Alonso down in 10th. It's an exciting championship challenge. It's looking great here as well. So, we're about to cross over to the commentary box as Ian Birch and Megan Birch will join us and put the headsets on. I'll put my glasses on quickly. We've got it down to a good 2 minutes now. Maybe we can do it in 7 seconds, but it's a bit hard, especially with 3 commentators in the box. So, while we do that, let's take a look around the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya with Lap Attack. And on the other side, it'll be time for the Spanish Grand Prix. The Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya in Spain, 3 sectors long, 2.892 kilometres, 16 turns and 2 DRS zones. Elevation change is minimal and it's a demanding circuit. Attack the last corner like you absolutely mean it. Open up the DRS at the exit and start the lap. Try and keep the car stable down as you approach at 8th gear, 325 kilometers an hour. Hit the brakes down to 5th gear, 200 kilometers an hour into turn 1 and 2, the Elf corners. Rise up throughout turn 3, which is the Renault corner. 7th gear, 285 kilometers an hour maximum speed before you hit the brakes down 5th gear, 180 kilometers an hour to turn 4 at Repsol. Use the half banking as you approach downhill to the Seat corner at turn 5. Down 6th gear at the exit as well. Move up faster, faster, faster. Pull through the gears. You're attacking 8 and 7 and 8 and 5th gear, 230 as well as you rise up the hill towards turn 9 at Campos. Flat out throughout it. Now you approach the 2nd DRS zone. 8th gear, 315 kilometers an hour maximum speed before you approach the new section. Back onto the old turn 10 layout. It's a long loop sweeping back up towards turn 11 and 12. Fantastic overtaking spot now opened up on the track. Now control the wheel spin at the exit. You're still coming into the nasty New Holland chicane. 13 now into 14 and 15. 3rd gear down to 2nd, 105 kilometers an hour. That's about 80 miles an hour. Accelerate round the last corner as well at New Holland and you're across the line. That is a lap of the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya here in Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome up to the commentary box for what is going to be an absolutely fantastic Spanish Grand Prix. We're about to get underway. I'll enter down in the chat who's got the red lights and the car saying let's go. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Ian Birch and Megan Birch will be joining me in the commentary box shortly. They're the 3 commentators for this event. And we are almost all set to go. So let's open up your grid, your starting grid, and zoom out a little because commentary box chair 1 and chair 2 will be taken by Megan and Dad in just a few moments' time as well before we're ready for the start procedure to get going. This is going to be another classic. You can feel it in your bones, can't you? Hamilton versus Verstappen. Hamilton on 100 pole positions. Yes, you heard me that right. 100 poles. My thanks to Megan and to Dad for commentating yesterday on the qualifying 2 and qualifying 3. Megan has just walked into the commentary box ahead. First of all, there's your headphones down there on your desk as well. It's a pretty much of a load affair at the moment with loads of technology, and we're counting 3 extra screens that we don't usually have in the commentary box in here. But Megan, this race here today, Lewis Hamilton, 100 pole positions today though, Megs. He goes for victory number 98 of his career.
Yes, and I wish he could have done a double century, but he decided to not do that. That was fine.
Congratulations though for Megan though, calling the, I've made you loads of room and you still sit on the bottom edge. Congratulations though, Megan, for calling the 100th pole position for Lewis Hamilton. We're about to cross over to the world feed, by the way, so if you're watching along with us and you'd like to sync up your telemetry data and everything, we will give you a countdown. We are a couple of seconds away, so prepare for the Spanish Grand Prix. Your commentators are Joshua Birch, Megan Birch and Ian Birch. We'll give you a countdown to sync up when the intro goes off as well. Just taking a little bit of time. So, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sync up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to something a little bit special. Lewis Hamilton is on pole position for the 100th time in Formula 1. And ahead here today, he stands a chance of taking 98 career victories. Standing in his way, though, in the beautiful city of Barcelona, we have Max Verstappen going to win for a second time here in Spain, 100 races after he last did it. This track has been on the calendar since 1991. It's the 31st Grand Prix here. It's the 30th anniversary coming into this weekend as well. The track has hosted pre-season testing numerous times over the years, but this year it moved over to Bahrain due to the pandemic. But 2.901 miles of track action, 2 DRS zones, 16 turns in total, elevation at 29.6 metres, means that today's race is going to be, yes, dull, but action-packed, because we've had action zones. Turn 1 and 2, Hamilton versus Vettel for the championship that year. Vettel won the Spanish Grand Prix and Monaco. Hamilton surged back in the second phase of the year. Last year, when Megan wasn't in the commentary box, Albon versus Sainz was the battle to watch down at turn 4. And back in 2012, Vettel went up the inside of Rosberg at the Campos corner coming into turn 9. Your 3 tyre compounds to keep an eye on in this race. Every driver has a new set of each tyre, and that means it's the C1 hard, the medium is the C2, and the soft is the C3 tyre compound, the same as last time out in Portimao. Let's take a look how they line up on the starting grid then. Taking a century of pole positions, Lewis Hamilton is alongside his championship challenger of Max Verstappen on row 1. Row 2 sees Valtteri Bottas alongside the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Once again, they've got quite performance this weekend. Ferrari, they've been up there in every session. The third row, Esteban Ocon is alongside Carlos Sainz. Starting 7th, Danny Ricciardo, a great qualifying for him compared to last weekend at Portugal. Sergio Perez starts 8th, once again in Q3. Lando Norris is 9th, and home hero Fernando Alonso starts P10. 1,000 fans here, all to see Alonso back. Row 6, Lance Stroll alongside Pierre Gasly, not a great Q2 for him. Sebastian Vettel back in Q2, starts 13th alongside Antonio Giovinazzi on the 7th row. Row 8, George Russell alongside Yuki Tsunoda, who was eliminated in qualifying 1 for the second time this year. The 9th row, the grid, Kimi Raikkonen starts 17th alongside Mick Schumacher in 18th, and the last row of the grid sees Nicholas Latifi alongside Nikita Mazepin, who despite starting 20th does have a 3-place grid penalty for blocking Lando Norris and another penalty point put onto his licence. Alongside me in the commentary box is Megan Birch and Ian Birch. First of all, though, to Dad, because we've already heard from Megan in the pre-show, we have got a title fight. She got out here quickly just a second ago when we were live. We are ready for what is going to be a title fight. Hamilton versus Verstappen. Hamilton's now got 100 pole positions. Who do you think is going to win today?
The wind's changed for a start, but I still feel that it's Max has got the upper hand today. A lot of people aren't thinking that now, although they were on Friday. And I just feel that, mind you, Lewis is such an adaptable machine. The conditions have changed since yesterday.
Yeah, I have.
And they're more like testing in Barcelona, that sort of track. We've had a little bit of rain, just spits and spots. But, hoping Lewis does it. But I've got a feeling it might be Max. But it all depends on the start.
Megan, Lewis Hamilton, 100 pole positions. We're hearing from Leclerc at the moment. It might be a damp track in parts. Only one driver there starting on the medium compounds. That's Kimi Raikkonen. Everyone else starting on the softs with the change of conditions. Who do you think is going to benefit most of all from these adaptable conditions throughout the field?
Honestly, I think maybe either the McLarens or the Ferraris.
The clock has struck 3, and if you're counting down with us, the green lights have gone on and the formation lap begins. So away we go. The green flag is out for the parade lap. Verstappen getting a good launch. Not a great launch there from Carlos Sainz. Good launch from Bottas, though, as we're away on the formation lap. Megs, you're still looking like a severed head, despite the fact that we've changed the camera angle 7 times.
I like looking like a severed... I'm short, okay?
You can sit back a little bit.
I'm 5'3". What do you expect?
You're 5'3".
Yes.
Megan, you're bigger than me, and I'm 5'7", 8.
Megan, talk us through the strategy for the pit stops, please, quickly.
What shoes have you got on?
2 seconds, Megan first. Megan?
Right, so...
Oh, you're lucky. I just got it. There you are. Talk us through it.
So one stop would be in between laps 22 and 28, which apparently is more challenging, and it should be more challenging. And a two-stop is between lap 19 and 29, and then further on in the race, changing to softs from the mediums with a lap 44 and 53.
66 lap race ahead of us as well. Thanks for that, Max. Just managed to get that photograph just as it went off, so we got in time there. Lewis Hamilton leads the title by 8 points to Max Verstappen, 69 to 61. Lando Norris is holding off Valtteri Bottas in third place in the championship as well. Watch out as well for Charles Leclerc running P5, and Dad, Ian Birch, alongside me in the box, for those of you who don't know. Dad, grey clouds above turn 10. That's not looking great.
There's grey clouds above the entire circuit, actually. It's
Yeah, they're darker.
Yeah.
but stratus blanket cloud all over the place.
3 races at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya have been affected by rain, but no Grand Prix here has been affected since Michael Schumacher won back in you're on that one, number 3, since 1996. So no rain. So, go on, say again.
I'm relegated.
Yeah.
No, you're not. That's always been my number.
You're just moving along one. We need
Well,
to
not
adjust
when,
the system.
when you're not here.
That's because there's no point in putting you on 3.
And yesterday it was so much warmer, and we had a nice window to look out. We could even see the postman.
Yeah,
couldn't we,
now
mate?
we're back to commentary box 1, which is the 7 screen. 1,
And
2, 3, 4, 5,
the
6,
light,
7.
The light was better. It might
Yeah.
get better this week. It might not.
Except I looked really, 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 really pale. The sun was shining on me.
Mick Schumacher being told, let's go on the field. So then you two, down to turn 1. It's the longest run down to turn 1 bar Mexico, 641 metres.
The track was cleaned last night.
Yeah.
And we've only had one support race, I believe.
So as we open up the lap counter...
A great time, though, for Australian listeners.
Yeah.
You know, Mick Doohan's lad, is it Jack?
Oh, Jack Doohan, did he win the feature race?
No, he came second or third.
Oh, well,
so,
well done,
you know,
yeah.
podium for podium. Not bad.
So here we go then, folks. We're getting ready for the start. Christian Broyle, who is the permanent starter, about to press the red light button. Lewis Hamilton, yesterday he had 99 problems, but getting pole wasn't one. Today he is going to try and get victory 98, but starting his 100th race for Red Bull is Max Verstappen. The lights are on. We have 4. We have 5. Get ready, get steady. It's action in Barcelona. Great start from the 2 Mercedes, but Verstappen has a launch. Leclerc moving alongside Bottas down towards turn 1. Verstappen has the inside line. Alonso looking through with Ocon as well, and Verstappen going for the lead, forces Hamilton wide, and very much so. Verstappen pays back Hamilton for Portimao, forces him wide. Verstappen leads. Leclerc round the outside at turn 3, up to turn 4 at Repsol, going for third, and he's taken it away from Bottas. Brilliant start from Max Verstappen.
Do you know what? We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Carve bomb down here. Sainz trying to look round the outside as well. Alonso still in P10, but a great start from Esteban Ocon. He's P7. Sergio Perez having to defend as well. I think that's from Ocon, it is. And Ocon trying to go right round the outside. They're making contact. Lance Stroll going wide with Alonso. And Vettel involved as well. The 2 Astons getting quite close.
And this is going to be an even more difficult circuit to go around since it's made for motorbikes instead of actual Formula 1 cars. So they've more chance of actually colliding with each other.
Absolutely, especially down at the new turn 10 section that they come through for the first time. Surprisingly, everybody else has had a great start. Fantastic. We get away. Raikkonen's moved up to 14th. He made 3 places up, starting on those medium compound tyres. But it's a great run. We were hearing in our radio just as the lights went out that Leclerc was complaining of some raindrops back at turn 11. But thankfully, multi-skilled or what, I was able to hear and commentate at the same time.
Both the front row got an exact start. As soon as the lights went out, their reactions was exactly the same. They both started rolling off the line. Max got a better grip.
Yeah,
and,
in the second phase.
And in the second phase of that, towards the corner, braked much later. Lewis was expecting that, and don't be surprised that Lewis is in second place, because I think that's part of his plan.
Both Mercedes actually went down a place. Both of them completely lost it to Verstappen and Leclerc.
Leclerc, well, they both started. Leclerc and Verstappen started on the odds number of the grid that, as you said, was cleaned in between the start.
Lewis wants this. this tyre to last longer than Max's.
Verstappen's done 4 laps on these tyres. Hamilton's done 5 because this is the tyre they qualified the end of Q2 on. So Verstappen's got a 1-lap advantage over Hamilton. But we know from practice that Verstappen's having an issue with that front left tyre.
Yeah.
In keeping it together, no matter if
Absolutely
it's soft or not.
ruining it.
Yeah, whether it's soft, medium, or hard, he's having a problem with it.
It's already got a line on it.
Yeah, you can see it already coming down the start, finish straight. Verstappen does a 1:23.561. Fastest lap of the race so far. Hamilton again improving up the order more and more and more. 1:23.798. So he's 0.2 of a second faster, and Verstappen's got 1.6 second advantage, and Leclerc in third, but he's got Bottas right behind him, less than a second. Looking further back as well. Perez and Ricciardo are in a battle as well. Megan.
I was just about to say that. It's like, someone pay attention to Ricciardo.
Yeah, Ricciardo down in P5.
I'm sure Beth will pay attention to Ricciardo.
Replay the start. Exactly right, Megan. A good initial launch from the two Mercedes, but in the second phase, as they pull down towards turn 1, they just dropped away.
Who is the dude in the blue suit?
Well, that would be Verstappen, won't it? Verstappen from last week.
Oh, yeah, dark blue. Yeah, and of course Red Bull.
Oh, no, the dude in the blue suit. We saw you back in Emilia Romagna. It's actually the name of the person in the chat. Bottas turn 1.
Right.
He said as well. I've mistaken that one. Look at the second phase start. Verstappen tucks in behind Hamilton, pulls to the inside line, and then just commits it down into Expo 92, which is the first corner. And they did touch. A little bit of bodywork damage there on the front of the Red Bull, just in between.
Doesn't help it's on the tyre he's struggling with.
It might be actually it might be the holder actually for the wing mirror. This is Hamilton. He got a good initial launch, but in the second phase,
you watch Lewis look.
Yeah, he's looking in the wing mirror. He can see where he is already.
Yeah, look, that's 2 looks, 3 looks.
Turned in. Did he escape?
He knew exactly where he was. What he wanted to do was, as he came past, he wanted to try and touch wheels.
Yeah, if you remember the start of Bahrain, Verstappen versus Hamilton, drama turn 1. Most famously, Emilia Romagna, Tamburello, Verstappen forcing Hamilton off the track. Hamilton paid him back last week for that by darting left and right in the middle of the track.
That was a good manoeuvre from Leclerc in the replay, but he just went right round the outside of Bottas when he wasn't looking.
And he's holding that advantage, 0.6 of a second at the moment. I would expect Bottas to breeze past the Ferrari, but the Ferrari has had some great pace this weekend. Always inside the top 5, at least, in the practice sessions. I mean, they really surprised me as well in free practice 2, when Leclerc was 3rd. I think Sainz was down in 6th, but the two Alpines were up there as well. 5th for Ocon, 4th for Alonso, so they were changing up there.
Lewis was just trying to stop him braking late. And, by closing him down a little bit. It's the same thing that Max did at the last race. And it's just one of the things that the two of them will get up to all season.
Well, Lewis Hamilton has had victory here at the Spanish Grand Prix in the past 4 seasons. Verstappen was the last driver to win, bar Lewis. 17, 18, 19 and 20 were all Lewis. Verstappen won in 16. And Pierre Gasly is under investigation by the stewards for out of position at the start. Now, he couldn't have rolled forward beyond to another grid slot because no one aborted the start. So he must have been
I think he was
over the
wonky.
line. Yeah.
I'd like to see it again, but I thought there was a car wonky.
Yeah,
that'd be about right.
Surely that's not an advantage. Surely that's kind of a disadvantage.
Yeah, but it's about lining up, isn't it,
Yeah.
to the sensors?
I
Getting the
know,
right
though,
line.
I know, though, if you're diagonal at one of the lines, that's not going to help your position. To be honest, I think it would actually inhibit his chances of getting a clean start.
To be honest, Gerhard
so I wouldn't
Berger
do
used to
anything.
often do it, and so did Nigel Mansell.
Yeah, roll just before the flag or the lights went out.
And be
yeah.
slightly, it's like I think Dill did it as well. Used to do it, just to. There's a number of them that didn't even get to the front line of the box.
Yeah, they just rolled, didn't they?
They just let it roll.
There was a different
So
time.
they had a clutch bite.
And they outlawed that back in 1997, a year after the 5 lights procedure came in, because
After all,
it was bad. Yeah.
In MotoGP, we have a side camera on each rider, and it's a slow motion camera, and the stewards look at the start of every single rider to make sure that they haven't even moved an inch.
Yeah. Hamilton, just literally on every camera. Call out Carl Crutchlow a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Carl got caught. Didn't
and
you?
yet-
Do you remember that, Meg?
And But Latifi saying the car's sliding around everywhere, so his tyres are already gone at the moment. Leclerc has pulled out a 1.2 second advantage to Valtteri Bottas at the moment, so that is going incredibly well for Valtteri. For Charles Leclerc. But Bottas slopping down into the middle of the field. His tyres have done 8 laps, same as Leclerc. In fact, the only driver to do more laps in qualifying is Hamilton, because as we spotted yesterday in Q1, he scrubbed a set of softs to go into Q2 with. And that's George Russell. Russell trying to have an attack on Mick Schumacher or Michael Schumacher Jr., whichever one it is. But right now, Russell... Mick. Russell is closing in on Schumacher. Schumacher going very wide through turn 3, up the hill to turn 4, Repsol, named after the Repsol Hondas. And they're still holding back. Down to Seat, turn 5. He's in the toe, but that's a problem with this track as well. It's a great test venue. It is little bits of every single track, but it's still not working that well. It's not that great as an overall attack for a race. And Russell was complaining, Ricciardo was complaining about grip being all over the place. So these cold conditions are getting mixed up again.
Lewis has been talking about what makes a fantastic driver. And one of the things is consistency, but another thing is being adaptable. You've got to adapt to your race style, to different corners in the race. And that's the first time I've heard any of them say that, and it's the most sensible thing to do, because the designers of these, especially the new tracks, design the tracks to give people different problems at different parts of the track. And this is a prime example of an old track that does that.
Hamilton's closing in on Verstappen as well. On my driver track, I can just see down at the bottom that they're sticking together, even though the gap's 1.2 seconds. It looks a lot closer on the timing monitors.
I think Lewis is where he wants to be, don't you, Meg?
I don't know.
Mazepin complaining that the rear tyres are going, and also...
Are you back to being Lewis's fan now?
I'm always going to love Alonso more.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I know, but
Diversity.
I mean, because you didn't want to commentate on, and you had to.
I wanted Joshua to have that. Very turns out God didn't have that in plans.
I tell you what, I'm having the start of the race, and I've got also coming up his 100th victory. I'm not going to be out of the box for a race anytime this year. I'll probably be out of the box for another quali, though, so you have to keep an eye on that with Formula E's.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, though, what's that?
Oh look, Megan's in the gravel.
There's the gravel from the Barcelona.
That's Barcelona gravel, that, Meg.
Yeah, the one from when I was there a couple of years ago. Right now, though, Russell is closing in on Schumacher down towards the new turn 10 corner. Well, it ain't new. It's exactly the old layout. It's the old layout. Oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Someone's off the track. I can't see where at the moment, but we have yellow. Is it Tsunoda? Yeah, he stopped. Tsunoda's off at turn 14. So Tsunoda's off, coming into New Holland as Bottas looks to the inside. Not working off. And where is this yellow? It's a permanent yellow on the track.
Tsunoda's hardly moving, so it's got to be Tsunoda.
Yeah, he's struggling right now.
If not, he's hit somebody and they've gone off. I can't see any more.
No. Oh, it is Tsunoda. Tsunoda stopped. Tsunoda. Now, is this a problem? What's happened?
He's rolling backwards.
Engine stopped. No, I said this in the pre-show.
He had this Friday.
And
they've got to move him.
This will be a safety car.
Because that is on one of the corners where people often go off.
Exit the new turn 10, just as I was saying it. Yeah, and that'll be this'll have to be a full safety car.
It's also one of the most narrow parts of a track.
Now, we've seen before. Tsunoda, do not get out of the car. You'll trigger a safety car if you get out. Yuki, what are you doing? Stay in the car. You're not supposed to get out on a live racetrack. Safety car deployed. I'm not surprised. Yuki Tsunoda, you absolute muppet. You
literally have cars going round you.
Doesn't he have a team that tells him something?
Well, I think he
must have unhooked his radio.
He did. And Russell's past Schumacher. Russell's gone around the outside before the safety car was called. So the safety car is out here on lap 9 of 66. And already we're seeing the issue with this. Oh my word, Yuki Tsunoda's now back in the car, but he's put the steering wheel on, trying to get it off the track, but he's taking his belts off.
That will be a big fine for Yuki Tsunoda.
And penalty points on the licence.
And he's getting out
again. Yeah, now the reason is we're having a go here because the race is neutralised now behind the safety car. However, you have to wait until 1, the marshals get to you, and 2, you are allowed by the clerk of the course to get out of that car.
Unless it's on fire.
Unless it's on fire, then it's an automatic jump out. But that car was not on fire, and it just died coming into turn 10. Now, we saw this. He ran over the curb, one of these sausage curbs at turn 9, and that caused
and it's not his
power
steering
failure.
wheel because his steering wheel. Yes, hang on.
Here is the steering wheel.
It is the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Why do they keep bashing that tyre on the ground?
Well, that's who's pitting. Giovinazzi pitting. They've got the wrong tyre. They've got the wrong tyre. I think they're trying to put on a hard compound, aren't they? No. Yeah, they've got the wrong tyres on. And for Giovinazzi, they've got all 4 tyres on. They've changed their minds.
It's not as bad as it sounds, though, because it's a safety car.
They've put on a new set of mediums, but they were supposed to put a used set of mediums on. Now they've got going again, and he's got the engine fired up and gone. But 35 seconds stuck in the pit lane. A disastrous run there. And replay coming in. Off go the softs, and there were still no tyres there. They were like that. No tyre.
Punctured.
Puncture. The tyre was punctured. So the tyres burst in the bubble. What happened there?
Wasn't blown up properly, was it?
Yeah. So another set had to be called as Tsunoda gets his car taken away. Safety car deployed.
Very good from the. Everybody thought that that was a mistake by the crew getting the wrong tyres. And then you saw the replay and you realised that it wasn't a mistake. That very good call by the wheelman to realise that the tyre was lighter than it normally is.
We've had another graphics failure up in the commentary
and
box.
So punched it and found out that it wasn't inflated.
Yeah, we've had another error with our timing graphics up here in the commentary box, so we're going to be a bit blotchy for a lap or two.
Megan, how
in
can
fact,
you see that?
we've completely crashed. That's not a timing one, so that's the other one. Okay, right, we're experiencing some errors here at the moment in the box with our graphics. We've had an internet crash, and it has not stopped the stream, but it has stopped our live timing monitors. We are desperately trying to repair them, but unfortunately, as always, they're going wrong. Russell into the pit lane as well as Latifi. So Williams are going to double stack the cars. Good stop.
I'm not surprised.
Slow.
This is you've got to take advantage of this.
New mediums going on all sides of the car. So that's good news. So they'll be good for later on in the race.
You see, the everybody but the top 4 were, or maybe the top 6, was planning on a one stop here. The safety car gives you the opportunity to get rid of those qualifying
safety car in this lap.
Tyres and
the safety car's coming
get rid of the softs.
Think about what we can do differently ahead of these cars, he's saying. So, thanks, Megan. We are going to take away the timing because it has crashed. It stopped on lap 2. So, we're getting ready for the restart of this race. Hopefully, it'll be a good one.
Still, I can't believe what Tsunoda did. Everyone knows it's basically in the rule book that you're not meant to get out of the car.
Yeah, not great at all. Hopefully, we're still broadcasting, but our visuals are going down. But hopefully, we're okay. So here we go then. Safety car coming in. We've got the lap counter. No timing graphics at the moment, Megan.
It's also kind of common sense not to get out of a car when there's cars going over 200 miles per hour around you.
So, safety car coming in then.
Tell that to George Michael. He did it on a motorway.
Safety car is coming in. We're trying to turn off the graphic, but unfortunately, it won't turn off. We're getting ready for the green flag then here. Green flags are out. The race is going to get back underway. Verstappen is holding them up. Here we go. And Verstappen exits turn 15, gets the race restart, and he's got the jump on Lewis Hamilton already. Down across the line. He's weaving one way, weaving the next, trying to break the toe to Hamilton as they head down towards turn 1. No DRS in operation yet. Leclerc looking behind Hamilton. Leclerc thinking about a move. What is going for the move? Esteban Ocon trying to go around the outside of Perez. Yeah, not working. But Verstappen leads the way from Hamilton and Leclerc. At the current time, who's that going over the escape road? It's Fernando Alonso. Alonso down to 11th. He went over the escape road, so he won't get a penalty. Now he's having to defend hard from Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll. He goes with Stroll going right around the outside. Alonso trying to hold him out. Stroll holds his inside line coming downhill to turn 5.
Contact,
yeah, and Stroll's through. And it was contact. Alonso getting forced wide. Alonso punished for a little mistake there. Not good at all. Megan.
Great driving by him.
It's okay. It's okay, Alonso. It's okay.
Don't you think? It was great driving by Alonso. A lot of them would have just drove into each other there.
Yeah.
And Stroll was making the move, and Alonso was just batting him off. And
it's like, go.
Yeah, go.
We are trying desperately to get our live timing back at the moment as they come down towards turn 10. Verstappen leads from Hamilton, Leclerc, Bottas, Ricciardo. And there is Yuki Tsunoda back in the pit lane.
Oh, it looks like he's getting lectured.
I think he's been told off again.
Time penalty for Pierre Gasly, plus 5 seconds for that being out of position at the start. I'd love to actually see it rather than hear about it. That's going to be a bit annoying. Certainly go forward, yeah.
During the safety car.
They shouldn't have put it. They should have done it. Yeah, they could have pitted on the safety car and got rid of that 5 seconds. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Not everybody's pitted though under that caution. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There is one thing about not having the graphics up.
Right.
Right, you can actually see Megan.
Yeah, Megan's actually in full vision for a moment. But look, we're frozen now as well. So we are still. I don't know if we're still broadcasting. Yep, sorry about these issues as well. Somebody inside the house must have been using something and has caused an error. And this is Pierre Gasly being out of position of the grid. He's gone past the yellow marker. So he's gone past the sensor.
He was full wheel.
Yeah, he was incorrect grid position there, look. And they got him bang to rights there with the zoom camera. So, yeah, that is a slam dunk, I'm afraid, for Pierre Gasly. And that's an unusual error for him. So Russell, and look at that, Russell's past Schumacher again. So Russell back up to 15th after pitting and putting on those brand new medium compound tyre. Giovinazzi pitted as well, but he's now 6 laps on old mediums. We saw that happen, remember. So his tyres are 6 laps old. They did Q1, I presume, yesterday. Or maybe the exit Q2. I don't know what UR means.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, unfortunately. But yeah, we've got our new no graphics at the moment, bar the lap counter.
It means you are.
Oh, you are. Apologies if we're freezing a lot as well. We'll try and keep up. Hopefully our radio listeners are having a smoother stream because that goes on a different server. It's lap 13 of 66.
I think he's reacting to us breaking up. You asked if you were breaking up.
Oh, right, we are, yeah. Well, we'll be all right, and we'll hopefully it'll be okay. Race control, DRS enabled. So back we go to another run.
For a minute, I thought it was just going to be like time penalty for
another time penalty. Yeah,
time
maybe.
penalty for Tsunoda.
I think a time penalty for Joshua for having his graphics now.
I'll tell you what, I'm changing these graphics for the next race.
Tell you what, the Wi-Fi has been quite bad though. For 2 days.
I am changing these graphics for the next race. I can tell you that now. In fact, I'll even try and do it now if I can. At the moment, but right now Verstappen from Leclerc, Bottas, Hamilton is in second place as well with the fastest lap of the race. Megan, take it.
Right, so right now it is lap 13 of 66, and right now we're watching Verstappen and Hamilton, and then behind them we see Leclerc and Bottas, and Leclerc's actually doing quite nicely defending from Bottas, though I must say Bottas is gaining on Leclerc quite quickly, especially going around those corners. Back to the top 2. They're going down the straight passing line now. So,
and look at that, Hamilton closing in on Verstappen. Yeah.
Seems like both of these are getting pace.
In here.
What time is it? 23 nearly. Got to keep up with the times. Hamilton closing a second now in as well. I'm surprised he never got that on the mode. But good news is, refresh. Hopefully OBS is going to play ball with me here today because we might have our timing monitors back up or operational in a second.
You never know. It could be their end.
Hey, I think it is their end as well. And here we go. Look. See, I don't disappoint. We've got our lap counter back. And our timing graphics. There we go. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to swap that back to the T feed, I think, for the next one, which is we get these graphics are from F1's website, but the lap counter you see up there is from the T feed that is unedited from the track. That's what we're watching the driver tracker from. We might switch it back for the next race because it's getting a bit ridiculous now. Keeping up with that as well, we are broadcasting.
It did allow us to identify Tsunoda was the one with a problem very quickly. I like this driver tracker. At least you can see them now that they're white.
Yeah.
The little white dots. They have different colours for the different sections of the thing.
And it was impossible to read them.
Yellow, orange, red, and blue, and light blue. And then they put some of the cars with those colours.
Yeah, so it's impossible to tell.
So it's impossible to see where they are. And so,
only I can really see.
Making all the little dots white is so much easier because it doesn't matter what colour you're on. Yeah. You see the dots.
But the problem this weekend as well is that this is usually black, but they've left it with the actual Google Earth sort of feed this weekend, so it's quite hard to see who's where. Carlos Sainz at the moment, P8, looking for a move on the inside down to turn 1 on Esteban Ocon, not getting a move done. And I'm glad to say that we're now back up and running. Feels like Imola all over again.
We'll
Look how
probably
that turned out.
Probably get somebody talking in our ears in a minute.
Probably as well.
Because I think we're coming up to the fact that some of these soft tyres are going to need to be replacing other than the ones that have already gone.
Megan, didn't you say lap 15?
19.
Oh, yeah, lap 19 to 29 on the Alfa to swap over to mediums. Or if you want to go mediums for the rest of the race, 22 to 28.
I wonder if one of the top two jump, the other one will.
I can see why they would, and certainly Verstappen might jump.
It's all about reacting, isn't it?
The TV?
To each other. I think that the situation at the moment is that the strategy guys are still mulling the figures, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to have to work out exactly who's going to be where, when, who, what, when, how. And whether or not that 19 strategy is still viable. Megan?
I've just worked out that, given the pace that they're all going now, and I don't know whether the safety car includes this, though, like, this is including the safety car, they are making an average of 1 minute 40 around the track.
1:23 is the lap
including
times,
the safety car. So we're actually doing quite well. I'm giving it 66 laps. Hold on.
So looking quite good.
1 hour 40 for the whole round.
1 minute,
race.
1 hour 40, 1 minute 40 for the race. 1 minute 40 lap time.
1 minute 40 for each lap. Hold on.
But they're doing a 1:23.
Look, I have my.
Are you on about the
You
average,
mean the
race
average?
time?
Yes, the average,
Thank you. Because of the
see.
safety car.
including the safety car.
Yeah, I get you now.
I'm just being told as well that we're just saying with the rain clouds coming in, I'm just being told as well light rain is 15 minutes away from the track, so that could be interesting.
According to this, the race should take 1 hour 50.
That's getting close to the 2 hour limit. They'll have to bring that down. McLaren getting ready for a pit stop now, coming in the back. It must be for Lando Norris.
I think that's because of the safety car.
Lando Norris might do it though, might just change over. If you're a fan of the British Touring Car Championship as well, you can join us at 4:30 for round 2, the delayed commentary from that. It's live. I'm commentating it live, but the race itself is delayed. And then we're back at 5:15 for live action, all here on the YouTube channel as well, so don't miss a
It
beat.
should be called the Veterans British Touring Car Championship because Jason's black, Mr. Plato, and so is Shedden.
Well, after race 1,
Megan.
I won't spoil it for you, Dad, but after race 1, Shedden isn't very much in the good books with Matt Neal already. Megan.
What? Excluding the safety car, it's 1 hour 31 minutes.
1 hour. Plan B. Leclerc going for Plan B. So
And 18 seconds.
Leclerc's not going to pit lap 19. He's going to go to lap 22, isn't he? That's Plan B. So he's going to try and do a 2-stopper.
You see, the safety car would have given them extra mileage on these tyres.
And we'll just have to wait and see. Is that stats? So yeah, he's looking to the statisticians. Ooh, that was a difficult word to say that I usually can't. And Verstappen looking down at his dashboard, probably
I
some
can't say
messages.
solicitor.
You just did.
Solicitor.
Looking quite good so
Solicitor.
far. Hello, I'm just climbing all over the
Millennium.
back of you over here to check on something.
Millennium.
Millennium. Yeah. Hamilton
say that
looking
word.
quite quick.
Can't
Look
usually
at
say that word.
Hamilton has got major blistering on the rear right.
It looks like he might have ran over a piece of debris because that is a very straight line.
That looks like Raikkonen when he was in FP3 or when it was on the verge of the puncture. Do you remember? It was
Yeah,
drawn
because
away.
if I remember correctly, he ran over a
We
piece
have-
of debris as well.
we-
Camera.
Yeah, it was the camera that had come up from the camera in the corner on the actual red and white bits that
is
gives you
very
those
clear.
fantastic views. Someone had driven over it, dislodged it, and it came out, and that was what the things. It's been a weekend for cameras because
Yeah.
and
the
it appears like
sensor
Mercedes
camera.
have noticed this.
Oh. Hamilton's now saying tyres beginning to drop, but look at the front left as well. The front left
Yeah.
beginning to vein.
And I
grain.
would say it's the same on the Red Bull as well.
I would love to see a slow-mo out of the exit of Campos to see what Verstappen looks like. But yeah, Hamilton doesn't really treat those tyres with much respect, does he? He's always at the verge of blistering or puncturing one or two of them.
One of the high curbs dislodged the sensor camera, the small
Yeah.
sensor camera, which is about that big, and goes on the underbody just beyond the nose. That looks at the a part of the nose that looks at the left-hand wheel and sorry, the right-hand wheel. And Seb managed to, in practice 2, I think it
Yeah.
was, managed to go over one and knock it completely off.
It's lap 19 out of 66. We've already had one safety car. The top two coming up now to start over. Now it's lap 19 if you're watching on. The graphics are slightly ahead there. But now we have to see and wonder when exactly the leaders are going to pit because they're closing in on each other.
This is when it becomes a team game of hundreds trying to work out the right strategy.
I know. I just looked at my watch because it said it as well. It's 2:30. We're just trying to record the timing for the British Touring Car so we can use it later. 2:35 the race starts and they're running an 8-minute delay, so just keep an eye. As soon as that light goes green, you're on. And that's Lando Norris saying a lot of pace, and into the pit lane comes Pierre Gasly for the first time today. So he's going for that one stopper to put the mediums on. He has a new set of mediums left, but right now he's got to wait 5 seconds. So 2, 3, 4, 5, go! And away they go, changing the tyres.
That was very accurate from you.
Yeah, that was very accurate.
Brand new shiny sets of news.
I tell you what, they must have been listening to our commentary. It's not like when
New medium's gone on that car.
New medium's gone on. He had a
So
new
he's
set
gonna
left.
do-
Yeah.
he's
As
gonna
soon as
want
she
to
said
do
go, they started.
a large number, if not all the rest of the race on them.
Yeah, he can go to the end of the race until lap 66. He had one new set of mediums left. He also has 2 sets of the softs left if another safety car comes out as well to keep an eye on. All drivers have a new set of hard tyres. All drivers have a new set of medium compound tyres. And only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 have new sets of softs. The only ones who don't have new sets of softs is Hamilton, Bottas, Perez, Ricciardo. Then we get Norris, Alonso, Ocon, Leclerc, Sainz. They don't have new sets of softs left. Everyone else does, if that makes any sense. They've got 3 old and 4 olds. But
I understood that there was a new set, a spare set of mediums for the Mercedes and and softs for the Red Bull.
Yep, softs for Red Bull bar Perez. Perez only got 4 because he spun, didn't he, in
Yeah.
Q3 and used up that set. That was supposed to be scrubbed. Perez also complaining that his shoulder injury that he sustained in between Portimao and here is causing him a lot of jip, and that's what cost him that spin yesterday because he couldn't react quick enough to keep the car around, and it's really damaging him. So Perez is racing injured here today. But then again, MotoGP riders do exactly the same. I mean, Marc Marquez as well with all his
Shoulder
injuries.
injuries can be really, really painful.
Yeah,
Can't they,
You've had them.
Joshua?
Don't look at me. I was how old?
3.
Yes, but who was throwing me up in the air?
I wasn't throwing you up in the air. You were climbing over my back when I was stood up, and then you went over my shoulder, and then you decided to think you were Batman and fall to the floor. So I had to grab you as you fell to stop you falling on your head.
It could have been an entire thing following you.
No.
Here he
that's not
goes.
Vettel being told Vettel telling the team he's struggling with the front left as well and the rears. So front left and rears going there.
Day, look at me, I can fly.
That was you, Megan, not me. Anyway, back onto the picture. 21
That
of
was
66. So we're a quarter of the way through. And this is where the race starts to get interesting. This is because
Decide who hurt you, me or him.
2 seconds.
Oh, I had to have.
Frozen.
We're off air. Oh, not again. The OBS has crashed. Sorry about. Hopefully, we're still broadcasting. We're just having a really bad day with it at the moment out here. Anyway, we'll keep talking.
Do you reckon it's because you've got 2 different iPads on?
No,
it's not that. There's just because this is Ethernet. There's just an error somewhere with the internet because it's gone very dark here in the UK. If you look out the commentary box window,
there's a storm brewing.
Yeah, it's sunshine there, but now it's
Electrical.
not good there.
There's a storm brewing.
Yeah, it's electrical storm.
Off the starboard bow. The Klingons are there.
Well, hopefully we continue broadcasting to you. We are back up and running now, but still close action, close racing. Exactly what we like to see. 21 of 66. Keep going on. We're back on now anyway, so. Apologies if we keep dropping out on the YouTube
your mum's
stream.
a Romulan. Does that mean you've got a Romulan?
Struggling with a bit with the rears. Oh, of course you're struggling a bit with
That
the
was
rears,
Bottas, yeah. Apologies if we keep dropping out on the YouTube stream as well. Not our fault. Internet company needs to kick up the backside later on.
Ooh, that's every time I talk to them, they turn around and say, "Do you know, Mr. Beck, how much you use?"
Yeah.
Well, they should refresh it.
You're in the top 5 of our entire customers.
Which is surprising, considering we only YouTube stream every weekend. We don't do it every single day like some people, so yeah.
You've always got every single one of you, your mother included, always got your phones out and doing.
Pit stops.
we don't.
Sorry, shut up, you
Pit
two.
stop.
You two, shut up, because Vettel and Alonso are pitting. Vettel got a good stop, 4 seconds. No, bad stop from Vettel, 4 seconds. Great stop though from Alonso at 2.5 seconds. So that's improving up the order. Great stop there from Alonso.
I don't go out the house, so I don't need a mobile phone.
Vettel's getting down the order.
We really do.
So right now, Vettel, the car 5, has dropped down to last place for that 4-second stop, even behind Gasly. So Vettel has got a lot of work to do because he's right at the back of the field. He's not even got a lap car behind him.
I think Vettel should have pitted when the others pitted under the safety car.
So this now means that, side by side, Mazepin. Mazepin is Mazepin being lapped? Where is he on the order? Oh, it's Alonso. Mazepin passing Alonso. Alonso goes back up the inside. Be careful, Alonso. Mazepin doesn't tend to leave you room, whether it's position or a lapped car. So stay close. Looking good. Here's the replay then. Alonso comes in the pit stop for the Alpine, and there's the Aston Martins. So it's a great stop for Alonso, but Vettel is just so... Actually, how was that a slow stop? How was that 4 seconds? They left at exactly the same time. Very interesting.
I don't know.
Ferrari coming in. It is Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Off go the softs, on go the mediums.
Maybe
Looking
it's a
quite quick.
graphical error.
Might be graphical error. I hope it's graphical error.
That Sainz was 2.2.
I know.
And Stroll 2.3.
By the way, I now know why our internet's been going off as well. I think you are right with the amount of internet we're using at the moment. I've switched over to my data. That usually helps. But anyway, right now as well, as we try and get several graphics up, Stroll just coming out of the pit lane. Mazepin's come in side by side as well. Gasly under pressure as Vettel goes right round the outside down to turn 1. Good move.
It's because this is being used as well.
Yeah.
To stream.
Well, that's
I
just
wondered
recording
when we
seconds.
started this why I saw a logo and I thought, I'm sure that's British Touring Cars.
It is, yeah. It's their timing screen, so I can get it so we can use it later on the live streams.
Anyway, back to the Formula One.
Looking quite quick at the moment.
I don't think we're going to see a settlement till all the cars have actually changed these tyres from yesterday.
Bottas pitting. So Bottas gets off those soft compounds, puts on the brand new set of mediums he's got left, and away. Not a bad job there, but that's going to promote Ricciardo up and Perez.
Did any of them start on new tyres?
Did any of them start on the new tyres, did you say?
Or did they all start on scrubbed ones?
Possibility. Who's that? Ocon coming in as well. Ocon pits.
Because only the top 10 have to stay on the same tyre, don't they?
Yeah, only the top 10 starts on the same tyre as well. I'm going to come over here for a second. Ocon 3.3 seconds. Norris is 2.6 as well. They're coming through together on the start times. This is what we like to see as well. Feisty, aggressive pit stops from all the teams so far. So I'm going to have to stand over here for a second, which is annoying because it's now all three of us congested together. But that 24 of 66, Verstappen leads from Hamilton. And, look at the tyre performance graphics. Well, that's wrong because we know that Hamilton's got a problem with that rear left. It's not on 40%. It's a lot more like it's hanging on by 5%, anything.
Yeah,
There's
but it
no
could be,
way
both figures weren't very good for both.
Verstappen
cars.
pits. Verstappen's into the pit lane.
No, I swear I just saw something go past the screen.
So, it's probably Hamilton because Verstappen pits from the lead of the race.
Something
And
like rain.
slow! They're slow on the fronts. The front lefts were completely slow. 4.2 second stop. That is disastrous at the moment for Red Bull. Exactly what they didn't need to happen has happened. And that's thrown the lead of the race away.
I was
Jensen.
sure I saw rain go past
Yeah.
the screen.
Well, it was supposed to be there, yeah. Well, that's getting important. That's getting very close.
On there and not on here. But
there.
Jensen was saying that he feels after talking to people at Red Bull that they're feeling the pressure a little bit because they've actually got a championship-winning car, and all of a sudden that's the first time after about 5 or 6 years that's been the case, and so it's they're making mistakes.
If you're watching the British Touring Car Championship, we've got a red flag immediately in early round 2. Yeah. So you can watch that live later. I'd love to know what happened there. The race has been stopped immediately. Must have been a horrific start line crash for that one.
And if you're watching the British Touring Car Championships, why aren't you watching the Formula One?
Yeah, so red flag, race stopped in the British Touring Cars, which means...
I really want to know what happened just then for that.
Well, that does mean, however, that's going to force everyone else into the delay. So the live coverage later on will be in 2 parts, just so you know. Of that, so apologies for
Lewis
that.
I think Lewis has gone through yet again, so he's not pitting.
No, he's gone through.
69 chance of Hamilton overtake. I'm sorry, though, he's the one who has to be overtaken. So who's he going to overtake himself?
And into the pit lane comes Danny Ricciardo. So Ricciardo comes into the pit lane now to change tyres. Megan, talk us through it. Is it an okay stop?
Right, Ricciardo is having a pretty okay stop. It's a 3-second stop.
Not too bad, actually, at the moment. We're just having a replay of what happened in the British Touring Car Championship. Further back.
Geez.
Oh, a 3-way fight.
Whoa.
Okay, so Mercedes...
That looked like Nick.
So, hang on. That was... We just heard Lewis Hamilton. So, we just saw Toto Wolff talking to race control, saying about the track limits, how it's silly. So Hamilton's really pushing there. So what happened in the British Touring Car Championships was Gordon Shedden...
Is it Gordon?
Shedden again. Shedden, Jelly and Schmeldt all making contacts, and that has brought out the red flag in the British Touring Cars.
That's not looking good, actually.
No. So that's...
they barrel rolled.
He barrel rolled, a bit like the one last season.
Yeah. So that's brought out the red flag there, so that's going to be a bigger delay, which helps us, actually, on the stream.
One of them's out.
This
side's been...
Dan Camish
That's Camish.
Dan Camish out of the car, okay.
And we have a car upside down in the British Touring Car Championship.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that might be Hamish's.
Okay, so back to the action at the front.
Let's hope it's Hamish's.
Back to Formula One. We've got action so far as Hamilton leading 9 seconds to Leclerc, and they haven't stopped
we
yet.
have an injured driver in British Touring Cars.
Can we stay on topic, please?
Yeah.
So right now as well, Verstappen closing in. He's third at the moment. And Jade Edwards, who rolled over, is okay, I'm delighted to say. All 3 drivers are okay from the British Touring Car accident. Jade Edwards, no mistake at rolling over there, she is. She's had numerous accidents before in the Clios, so she's okay.
Yeah, she's okay now.
All 3 drivers are okay, which is great news. We're back to the Formula One action then, because we were just starting... That's exactly what I feared.
It was Jade I was worried about, because her car was upside down, and they couldn't actually...
Right.
They didn't actually get her out really quickly.
So, I'm pretty sure... Is this a Williams? No, it's... Right, so we're getting a replay of Verstappen's stop.
Let's take a look.
To see what went wrong.
Yeah,
it's that front left, wasn't it, Josh?
I wasn't watching, so let's take a look. Yeah, the front left and the rear left completely slow. Verstappen is not happy. And he says... Yeah, he's just said there was no one left in the box, no tyres. Sloppy stop there. Not great at all.
And it doesn't help that he had problem with that specific tyre.
So, those of you who watched later on the British Touring Car Championship, the second race delayed, obviously we know there's going to be a red flag, but just a reminder, I will still commentate on it live.
Rachel took Ian, the cameraman, on the roof and showed the...
Oh, Megan!
Sorry, my hand slipped.
Yeah, 4 seconds the gap now as into the pits comes Sergio Perez. Megan turning up the fade on the team radio, just a slightly bit too loud. Perez had a good start.
The Mercedes and the Red Bulls are about the only ones that haven't got angled pit boxes.
Well, to be honest, I think the angled pit box is kind of unnecessary. Though,
yeah.
Ooh, a lot of... Why has Latifi gone down a bit? Is he in the box or something?
Latifi is in the pit lane, yeah.
Have you got a sound on the left-hand side?
So Latifi's coming to the pit lane at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah.
So Latifi pits. He's down to 17th now on lap 28 of 66. So, yeah, Hamilton was talking to the steward. So, Toto Wolff talking to the stewards there, which I find quite interesting.
Oh,
Hamilton radio, box, presumably. Box. So Hamilton coming in now, checking the wheel guns, checking the tyres, checking everything. Race leader in. He's got a 12-second stop advantage to Leclerc. 22 seconds left as Leclerc pits now. Watch out for Verstappen, who at the moment is 16 seconds away. Into the pit lane comes Leclerc. Good stop, 2.7.
Nearly just under 2 seconds.
But too late. Verstappen takes the lead. Verstappen's past him. There he goes. Max Verstappen retakes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. He's on his way to make it 2-2 in 2021. How about that for an advantage? This is kicking off big time. That's where we like it.
So, I think
So
majority
Lewis is on the mediums, isn't he?
Yeah. Majority of the field, I think, or all of them. No, all of the field now are on
And
mediums.
you can go to the end on that, but we know that the top four have a spare set of brand new ones ready to put on from yesterday, don't they?
They do. And Russell's in the pit lane with a... Hold on. Oh, it's a bit long.
Alonso coming in. Oh, no. Alonso's complaining of an engine misfire.
2.5.
And they're having an issue. So Russell gets out of the pit lane, as you say, with a 2.2 stop. But, oh, no. Fernando Alonso at his home race is having an engine misfire.
Stay out there.
The advantage of having a spare set is if there's a safety car late on and things are right, you can just nip in, get a brand new set and race to the end on a brand new set. But most people will try and keep out on the same set from now on.
Bottas at the moment then, so is radio. Gap on Lewis, 7.7 seconds. So, yeah, Bottas having to really punch. Actually, the gap between Hamilton and Bottas is 2 seconds. Verstappen has 5 seconds to Hamilton. They're showing the complete table there, the gap between the race leader and that in second and third and fourth, fifth. Replay then down. Kimi Raikkonen coming under pressure from Danny Ricciardo. Ricciardo sending up the inside. Nicely done. And that was a position for Ricciardo to P5 with Raikkonen down the order. Perez is now coming under attack as well on Raikkonen. In fact, Raikkonen seems to be slipping down my timing monitor. We'll have a look why in a second. I don't know if he's in the pit lane or not. Doesn't look like he's in the pit lane. Lap 30. Yeah, Perez up to Perez 6th. And Raikkonen now off as well on the order. So they're all switching off positions at the moment. As they keep going, Alonso now, is that Ocon? No, it's Alonso. Alonso going on attack for Giovinazzi, right round the outside, it's turn 1. Alonso maybe having an engine misfire, but he certainly has got the attack he needs right round the outside of Giovinazzi. And Giovinazzi suffering on those tyres, but then again, so Seb, look at that.
Didn't we have Stroll having this problem? Last time, they just changed the mode of the engine and it came back.
Gasly trying to do what he did last year, to go up the inside, not paying off this time. And Vettel's coming back to the inside at Siak, gets through on Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi, whose tyres are 24 laps old. Vettel's at 8 laps old, but Vettel's are already starting to degrade. Gasly's are 11. Lock up from Giovinazzi down at turn 8 as well. All losing times. And, that's Vettel. That's Giovinazzi now, and Giovinazzi up there.
So fastest that goes to Lewis Hamilton with a 1:21.276.
Yep.
Which is a good time considering, everything with his tyres. And I just get a bad feeling about the tyres that he's put on, that they won't last him fully to the end of the race.
Deep breath, mate. Keep calm. Carry on. That's a replay of Perez moving up into 6th place when he got past.
Feeling for Leclerc.
Sainz going through on Raikkonen now. Raikkonen beginning to sink like a stone. He's done 30 laps on those tyres, and that was the situation going on there. That was a replay we were watching as well. But if you're Beth watching in Australia, Danny Ricciardo's P5, maybe. Or Dan watching there as well. But maybe, Beth, your reverse psychology is working. Ricciardo's P5 at the moment and going very strong. So we're just keeping an eye on. We've got loads of monitors.
Lando had a few problems with his car yesterday. He damaged it, and that was the reason he came 9th in the things. He damaged it in Q3 on his first lap out.
Leclerc, we are going to the end. So Leclerc is going to the end of the race. Now, his tyres already... Well, he's just 2 laps old, but can he make it half distance on those? I think so. Well, hang on a minute. We're to half distance now.
Not if it starts to rain.
Good point. Raikkonen's managed it as well.
No, we're not. Next lap.
I'm delighted to say that all the drivers involved in the touring car crash are okay and out of it. Andy Neat, Glenn Geddy and Jade Edwards. However, Andy Neat's car, who caused the accident, is completely destroyed, but we'll talk about that later. As well.
I'm just going to look up the weather for round the track.
Gasly's up to 14th place. He's passed Antonio Giovinazzi. So, yeah, when it comes to the British touring cars later on, It will be a show of two halves, by the way, because it's delayed and we've got a live race to get you to. We won't be bringing you all of the red flag period, but we will be bringing you quite a bit of it on the delay at 4:30 UK time. However, we're just past half distance. We're 50 minutes into the race. We might get this one done, so we might be on here at 4, actually, not 4:30. So keep with that as Ricardo holding off Sergio Perez at the moment, coming to the inside, having a little bit of attack, trying to have a little bit of movement. But the battle is certainly going to brew at the end of this race between Verstappen and Hamilton. Verstappen going for another win here in Catalonia. That's certainly strong. Megs, any new update on the rain? If it's coming to the track or not?
Just need to find out where the map is.
Mazepin on the radio saying that his rears are getting worse, and if he pushes hard, it gets undrivable and gets worse. So not great there for Mazepin. Megan?
I'm just looking at a thing.
The weather forecast.
Yeah, trying to get it on.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a long delay in the British Touring Cars. I wonder if we might be able to join race 2 live.
Thruxton, aren't we at?
Yeah, Thruxton, yeah. I wonder if we might be able to finish this one, to quickly do the red flag period and then catch up live for the British Touring Cars. That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Actually, that particular corner has been,
Turn 1.
over the years, has been the scene of some horrific crashes.
Allard is turn 1 down there in Thruxton. If you watched us this morning in the first race of the British Touring Cars, it was
Mind
a
you,
great
this
race.
Formula 1 track has had its fair few spectacular moments over the years.
2016 was the last one. Oh, look, Nikita Mazepin knows how to get lapped. That's good news. That's a big improvement. Well done, Nikita. Well done. You've learned a lot in a week.
He's learned how to look in his mirrors.
Yeah. He's now been passed by Hamilton and Verstappen out there at the moment on the track. So not too bad. Hamilton is second off the pace at the moment. Looking quite good. More than me. You're mute anyway. Bottas coming up to the line. Let's listen. And Bottas is 0.2 of a second quicker than Verstappen on the last lap. So it could become a 3-way fight at the moment, as we're seeing Hamilton closing in on Verstappen. Looking quite quick at the moment.
Right, so it looks like the weather will hold with the sunshine, though later. Just if anyone from Barcelona is watching Catalonia, it's going to rain later.
It's going to rain later, so bring your washing in.
Might actually avoid the circuit. It might avoid the circuit and B this, because we've got a thrilling title fight. Who says Barcelona delivers us with boring racing? This is a fight for the title. Yeah, we've said it previous times over the years. Seem to remember saying it last year, actually, as well. But the one difference with being live this year for the race is that last year we wasn't, and we're making all that, never made it to the programme. This year we are live, and we've got a good race. That's what we like to see, because Hamilton is closing on Verstappen. He's going to have DRS this lap as well. Now, we know, you two, because we saw it on practice, Verstappen, especially on those medium tyres, was grading in the inside front left after 5 laps. He's now done 10. So that explains why you can see the gap as Hamilton's closing in on him already. Megan, when do you think he's going to get through?
What, Hamilton?
Yeah.
Well, he's not doing as well as Verstappen at the moment. I kind of doubt getting through, though. I would say maybe if he was going to get through in the 50s.
No DRS. No DRS coming out the last corner. No. Hamilton wasn't open, and he's within a second. He's been within a second for ages.
But I think the DRS...
Yeah, Glenn, yeah.
I think he's saving it.
Not good, actually, at the moment. Dear me, this is interesting. Schumacher's having a lot of degradation.
Do you know, I was wondering, to myself, whether or not this could actually be a problem for Tsunoda. Dr. Marco won't be happy. This could be a sit-down in the middle of the paddock on one of the benches, and a warning if you don't pull your socks up.
We've already got that warning.
Yeah, we should have got it.
It's a very difficult situation as Ocon passes Raikkonen. Raikkonen, 35 laps on those tyres now. It's unbelievable.
The Red Bull Academy did very well in the 3 F3 races.
I haven't seen any of the F3 races so far because I've been dashing around doing Formula E, British Touring Cars, Formula 1. It's been a busy weekend as well, but yeah, we'll catch up on that later on. Into the last one, I've got 4 notes up on the wall telling me the start times for everything at the moment, and 2:35 was the British Touring Car race 2. 5:20 is the third and last race. I do not think that's going to start on time with this red flag delay. It might be delayed a little bit.
When you've got the designer of the car praying, you just...
Yes, yeah. Yeah, who's praying on the board here? Yeah,
Red Bull.
Red Bull are praying. Look at this. Hamilton now 7/10 in.
He's sat on the
Have-
wall.
yeah, yeah.
And,
Adrian Newey
Please.
praying the design of the car works. Can I also point out as well, the fact is that Hamilton has not used his DRS yet.
No, which is actually kind of scary.
Yeah, he hasn't used it, so he's comfortable sitting behind Verstappen. He's not wanting to lead this race, is he? He is comfortable. But Hamilton playing mind
I've
games.
said this from
Yeah.
the start that he allowed him through. It's part of the plan.
Oh, Russell, radio. Russell saying, I feel like the wind is picking up.
Is it changing though?
Don't
Yeah.
worry, it won't rain.
3.6. Well, Barcelona, Megan, let me tell you something. It was boiling hot when I was there,
It's
but the
the-
weather can change like that in terms of hot and cold.
It's a change to a crosswind.
It's a temperature you got to worry about.
Track temperature 33 degrees, air temperature 22.
So now the wind
Oh.
is with you in turns 2 and 3 and onto 4, round the bend onto 4, and then you're against it, and
Looking strong, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, you're not getting the wind benefit down the straight because it's coming across you there now.
Trying to keep the tyres right is like trying to keep a cyclamen plant alive.
The predicted pit stop strategy at the moment, you can see the second stop. If you want to change off
Is
the
that,
mediums
is that
to
your
the,
elder brother's plant?
I need to get over this. If you want to change over from the mediums to the softs, it's that 44 to 53. The opportunity of the window to change. Verstappen, I don't think can take that. Looking at that, no, he's got no news. He's got one new set of softs left, so Verstappen can take that option. But Dad, do you remember last weekend we saw him settle for fastest lap bonus point? He wants to win this week. He wants everything.
Lewis is I think Lewis is doing this perfectly.
Let's have a quick calculation at the moment because it's so. It's 9
All the
plus-
pressure is now on Max.
So Hamilton, at the moment, if he finishes where he is, will be on 88 points. Verstappen will be on 86 points. The gap will change down to 2 points in the championship.
Oh,
See, Megs, I know you could have probably done that with mental math, but I need the time, so I was just typing it into the calculator that we've got on the commentary box desk. See, always have a calculator when you're commentating. It comes in handy when you have to work out titles.
that's why I have a phone. It's got my
Do you, know,
calculator on.
do you know the one championship I don't have to do that for? MotoGP. Do you know why? Because their live timing gives us the championship running order as the race goes
I
on.
know, I like that.
Yeah.
Why don't they do this in Formula 1?
I know, because then you can have a separate page open with the titles as they run. So
It
it's
tells
easy.
you the gaps.
Yeah, and it's easy to see who's going to win the championship or not.
Computer says no.
Like, isn't Bagnaia winning the championship at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, with Quartararo in second.
Yes.
See, I know that. Why don't I know this for this?
She's very loud, isn't she? Lando Norris has got past Kimi Raikkonen. Raikkonen has gone 38 laps so far without pitting.
Quartararo was leading the championship, but in the last race he got arm pump
Surgery, yeah.
and couldn't move his arm and bring the bike up properly.
Yeah.
And so he dropped from first to about 15th.
Yeah, 15th
Yeah.
place. Yeah, he fell right down the order. Same thing happening now to Kimi Raikkonen. Although I'm surprised Sergio Perez is doing well in P6 because his shoulder's gone with a lot of damage. He wants to repair it in the 2-week gap we've got before Monaco.
He's probably trying to use his left one more.
Yeah. Bit like Robert Kubica pushing the car around with his left hand.
Yeah.
Rather than, yeah. Raikkonen is P13. He's coming into the pit lane. So Raikkonen finally pits after 38 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. And this has, if anybody is on Twitter post-race says, oh, this is a boring race, this has been a boring race, were they watching the same race as us? This has been quite thrilling because it's a mind game. It's a chessboard, as you say, Dad, all the time.
Yeah.
It is a chessboard. Alpha do a 2.3 second stop, fastest of the day so
That
far.
early safety car just changed all the strategies.
And they were listening to us because they just pulled open the live drivers chat on the world feed. Hamilton 88 points,
Is
Verstappen 86, Bottas will move up to third ahead of Norris on 47.
Do they have cameras? And
Well,
microphones?
do you know how we used to when we were commentating for the podcast and we would go, oh, they're listening to us. We're on live on YouTube right now. The chances are they could be watching us and just thought, oh yeah, let's put that up.
And they got
Yeah,
better
put
to
that,
do,
put that graphic up. Yeah, well, probably so. Yeah,
like officiate on the race.
yeah, but I'm not. It's the graphics department.
This is for fans, not for officials.
Yes, but I do know one person who used to work for Farm will be watching this stream. We could
Yeah.
easily just call the director and say, just put this graphic up. So it's 6 people around. To everybody, you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. In fact, if I wanted to, I think I could get to Lewis Hamilton within 6. If I really thought about it, I could probably do it. Verstappen leads.
I can go to the Prime Minister just by going.
You can go to the.
Oh, there is his number.
You can go to the Queen in 3.
Did you know that it was great this week on the our program Gogglebox in this country, where the 2 girls from Leeds, everybody tried putting the Prime Minister's number in the phone and trying it, and it goes, the person's phone is not on.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Gogglebox girls in Leeds tried it, and someone answered.
It works. Vettel out of the pit lane. Then he's going down to 17th. He's put 3 lap old soft tyres on. He's just been out 17 laps, so he's going a 2-stopper. So he's done to the end of the race.
Trust Boris not to change his number for 17 years.
Yes. I'll tell you one thing though. There's a lot of barrier repair. This race of Formula 1 could be over before the British touring car restarts. So
even I've changed my number.
You have, yeah, no, several times.
I don't think I'll ever change my number because it's the only number I've ever actually memorised.
Yeah, don't actually say it on air. That's also one thing we can never, ever do.
No.
At the moment, then, Verstappen leads by now over a second to Hamilton, 6 seconds to Bottas. They're closing in, but Perez is under attack. Perez attacking Ricciardo in box number 2. At the moment, we're watching on the world feed. And Perez desperate to get up into P5 with that shoulder, though. I'm giving him a round of applause for just having an attempt at this race, because Spain is one of the most physical on the calendar. It's a slow corners and then long corners as well. The G-force is high. And back in the early 90s as well, it was a track that the drivers were exhausted to finish at. Hamilton running over the curb. He's now within 9/10 of a second. Does he use DRS finally? Yes, he does. Hamilton's with the DRS open. And I want to take this quick moment as well to say well done to Ben Edwards, who's commentating on the BBC Radio 5 Live here today. Managed 3 races before he was back in the hot seat. And the first time he's been live for a while.
Yeah, but he's done his gardening.
Yeah, he's done all the gardening, so he'll be back there. Yeah, Jack Nicholls stuck in Monaco in quarantine. So Jack is... I've seen a picture of what Jack Nicholls is doing, actually. He's sat in Hotel de Paris with the window open watching the race.
By the way, Turkey is in doubt.
And Ricciardo's been told no weaving on the straight. That's what we're watching because Perez tried to get through.
Turkey is in doubt at the moment. They're in discussions with the Foreign Office because a lot of these teams are based in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it would mean 2 weeks quarantine when they came back.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And
so they were instantly done as a replacement. So the Foreign Office and the government in Turkey are talking about what they can do to try and solve that. But they're governments, they can do these things.
If the race has to be cancelled, the race to fill it will either be Nürburgring or Mugello. They are on reserve. But there's an error with that because
by that time, hopefully, I mean, all the British teams will be vaccinated, the British-based teams.
Yeah, but the problem with replacing Mugello is it's exactly a week after the MotoGP race and the track will still be in its clear-up phase. So not going well there. Hamilton looks to the inside of Verstappen down towards turn 1 just to say, hello, I'm here. Gap now less than 0.5 of a second. But personally, I think the race will go to Nürburgring.
Yeah.
Germany, easy control, easy over the border.
Something I can't say.
Because then it can go straight. It can go straight from Germany over to France.
And as soon as you mention the Nürburgring, I think of her, and and we've lost her.
Sabine Schmitz,
Sabine,
Queen of the Nürburgring. Oh, Perez is off. Perez is off.
Fantastic driving around there, she was.
Perez got caught up in the slipstream of Ricciardo and has gone straight off at turn 3. Got caught on the rumble strips, and now Perez is in a lot of trouble. There's the little slide from Hamilton. He'll be getting a warning on track limits. But,
have you seen Lando?
Yeah.
From last season, driving the McLaren with Carlos in the car.
No.
They both had to ask each other questions and take turns in driving the car.
Stopping radio.
It's insane, man. They have so much more grip, Verstappen saying. That must be over what we're seeing from Hamilton, though, because they're so close now. Hamilton, 17 laps. Hamilton pits! Oh, well, this is the strategy we saw Verstappen do last weekend in Portugal. Hamilton dives into the pit lane. Has to be to put on an old set of reds, an old set of softs, unless he puts the hards on.
I'm pretty sure this is the time for second pit stop then.
Mediums. It's old. He's put his old set of mediums on.
But they were rubbish.
Well, this is interesting because he's... Martin Brundle just said in the ears as well, this is Hungary 2019. It's got that feeling of it. Hamilton could have put on one of his old set of soft tyres.
I've got a feeling that Hamilton had a puncher.
I think he must have, because the way he dived in there,
And they've definitely put an old
He
set
had
of tyres on.
Yeah, old set of mediums. These only old set he had left of the mediums because he's used his new ones up last time. These tyres have done 6 laps. They should have put... Now, that is the same level of degradation as one of the soft tyres. So they've put these mediums on and crossing their fingers they're going to make it to the end of the race. Max, if he wants to, can now pit and put on brand new soft tyres, go to the end of the race and be much faster than Hamilton. Front brakes are really hard. Hamilton complaining the front brakes are really hard.
He is not having a good day of it.
I'll tell you what, it may be 100 victories, but in his 100th race for Red Bull, Verstappen's going for it.
That would also suggest that he had a puncture.
Yeah, if the front brakes are hot.
If the front brakes are hot, because of the fact that when you do have a puncture, that tyre is doing a lot more work than the others, and heats up its rim, and then will heat up its brakes.
Verstappen has 22 seconds to Hamilton. The time lost in the pit lane is 22 seconds. If Verstappen wanted to, he could now pit and go forward. And 18% chance of a Hamilton overtake. So Verstappen at the moment's got it. Verstappen has got it in the bag.
Yeah.
But as Martin just said on Sky, it's Hungary 2019. Hamilton pitted with 20-odd laps to go, and he slowly caught Max up, and then bam, on the penultimate lap, got him. So it's that situation again. Hungary 2019. Oh, this is getting tasty. Hamilton sets the fastest third sector at 27.184. And now the predicted pit stop battle of Hamilton overtake is getting more. 1.3 seconds gap, yeah.
Now you can see Christine and all them lot thinking, shall we?
Yeah, shall we?
I would bring him in personally because then not only will he have a faster tyre, then Hamilton will, though he'll also have the advantage.
Hamilton on the radio. Gap between, Hamilton's asking the gap between him and Verstappen, 22 seconds at the moment. The British Touring Car race is about to restart, so we will show you the red flag incident commentary part 1, and then I won't know what happened in the second race. I'm not even going to look. So we knew about the red flag. So when I commentate on it, because I'll be commentating on it live, I know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. Let's just pretend we don't know what's going to happen so we can call it dramatically for the season review show later on in the year. So just close your eyes, stick your fingers in the ears and go, oh yeah, that happened. What a surprise. Anyway, 10 seconds on the gap. Verstappen now dropping in as well. Verstappen not having the gap that he needs now. 21.3 seconds. Megan, is Hamilton going to get past Verstappen? Yes or no? Simple answer.
I'm not sure. Maybe not if Verstappen pits now.
Where is he? He's coming out of turn 5 at Seat. So I call it the Bird corner. Sam Bird used to always have fantastic overtakes right round the outside there.
He needs to pit now.
If he does pit, it'll be on lap 45 of the race. Let's listen to Verstappen. At this rate, Hamilton will catch up to Verstappen on the last lap of the race.
Pit him now, and that won't happen.
No, I think even if they pit, Bottas can then hold up Verstappen and just team orders will play.
No, because Bottas hasn't pitted in ages, and if Mercedes are doing a 2-stop, then that means it will be a 1-2 for Verstappen and Hamilton.
Very interesting call. Very interesting race. This is getting very
Verstappen
tense.
and Bottas are on 20 and 21 lap mediums.
Yeah, Bottas, 21 and 22, you're absolutely right there as well. And look at that, Hamilton's, it says 2 laps on that graphic, but it is 9 lap odd mediums those tyres have done all in all across this race. So Hamilton really will be now accelerating, pushing as hard as he possibly can.
And if you get a lot of degradation...
Fastest lap, 1:27.228 for Hamilton.
Yeah. If you get a lot of degradation on Bottas and Verstappen, so front left and right rear, then, Lewis will have much fresher tyres and he'll just eat them up.
Looks to be good then, this one, doesn't it? Looks to be another nail-biter.
Chess. Yeah. It's chess. It's. I love it when it's like this.
It's chessboard completely, as Hamilton is now going to have to either accelerate or choose to back off. He's not going to back off, is he? Verstappen's going to pit. I think he's going to pit. He'll put on the softs. He's in the tyre range. Perez passes Ricciardo finally. That's been a battle that's been brewing for the past couple of races. Over this race. Let's see a replay of it. Down towards turn 1. Perez has the DRS. Ricciardo moves to the inside. Perez says, okay, have the inside all to yourself. I'm going round the outside in turn 1 with a beautiful move from Checo. My word, that was a great move. right round the outside, wheel to wheel. I'm getting flashbacks of Hamilton and Vettel 2017 over there. Fantastic stuff. So I'm keeping my eye on 3 separate monitors at the moment. So I might have to take Megan to take over in the box at the moment. 18 minutes to go at this current time. It's looking strong. It's looking important. Bottas, I think, Bottas is stuck right in the middle. That's the problem. He's stuck between these two, and he's the odd one out. That's the problem. He's the odd one out.
Thing is, he could also have the potential to win this race if both of them just start to just like really heat a battle and then they crash.
Yeah.
That's also like flashbacks to way back.
Gonna have to move over this way to start the other recording for the stream on race 2, which is going to be a very interesting so far. Oh,
Right.
Ferrari pit, Ricciardo in, Sainz in, so these two battles come together again at the moment.
Ooh.
There we go.
Ricciardo gets away cleanly, and
Sainz
so
puts on
does
softs, yeah.
Sainz.
Sainz has put on the soft tyres. That's an interesting call for Carlos.
Ricciardo has a faster pit stop than Sainz does
Yeah,
by 0.1 of a second.
very close at the moment. Just checking that we are actually recording. Yep, we are. Great news. So we'll have the British Touring Car race has just restarted over there. Now I don't want to see what's happening in that, so I'll just switch that off for a second. But this is getting very close and very intense. How many laps to go, Megan? 48 out of 66? 18? I want to say 18. Is it less than that?
Technically 19,
19. Okay,
because including the lap.
I wasn't that far off.
Yeah, you just forgot to include the lap.
Verstappen on the radio saying, I don't see how we're going to make it to the end. And the striking distance, Hamilton will be in striking distance within 10 laps. And it says it's going to be a very easy overtake as well.
This is Toto strategy.
Yeah, tell you what, the British Touring Car boys just can't get this right today, can they? And
Look at
girls.
the yellow.
Is there a possibility of them ever just
Yeah, no.
doing one lap green?
If it gets red flagged again, it helps us because we might actually be able to pick up live. But seriously, yeah. That's how much it's going at the moment that we can do it. But they keep...
They never stick to times.
Shouldn't it be over
No,
by
they don't.
now?
Yeah, the race, the actual race itself for British Touring Car should have been over by now. What was it? 2:30 it started? It's now 3:11, yeah. I've turned my torch on up in the commentary box. So, yeah, the race should have been over by now. What a surprise. It's not, but it's looking good so far.
I
in
also
this
record
race.
the entire show, all the different formulas.
I
because
recorded it.
you never
yeah.
know when the show's supposed to be on.
I recorded it from 2 o'clock till 4:30, so I've got another hour.
I've
at the
done it from
moment.
10 to 11 till
It'll be
6 o'clock.
It'll be another stoppage as well. Rory Butcher got forced into the wall, so that'll be another red flag for sure. Well, and into the pit lane, Pierre Gasly. Oh, what's going on here?
the right rear
Why are they
didn't go on
struggling?
properly.
They were holding the car to like keep the car from moving it.
not rocking either, so that was a problem.
Ooh, something tells
I've
me
noticed
they
that a
had
few
problems.
times on the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, Tsunoda had that issue as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
A couple of minutes ago. Yeah, so it's really struggling at the moment for battles. What a fantastic race this team. Let's hear from Bottas. Bottas being told to pick up the pace. That's it.
Yeah, because Bottas could win this.
Yeah,
Are
he could.
Are they putting all their hopes on Bottas now?
No,
No,
they'll be
I
on
think
Verstappen, yeah.
I think unless that's a false radio
Yeah.
message from Max, I think Max is worried.
I think they should really put their hopes on Bottas. I mean, he should deserve to at least win one race this season.
I think also another factor is that they want to push it hard to see what's going to happen in case of that situation. They want to see if Bottas can hold up Verstappen if he can get ahead. So that's a factor to consider. It's lap 50 out of 66 coming up now. Bottas in second, 8 seconds between him and Verstappen at the moment. Hamilton is closing in on Bottas by 4.6 seconds. It's stat overload at the moment, isn't it, with times? It's all by the factor at the moment, keeping it on distance. And there's Bottas again being told in our earphones, pick up the pace. That's what I like about hearing the team radio as well in the ears. You hear more information. Than
Mercedes
you
have got
was.
2 different strategies at the moment
Yeah.
for the 2 different drivers. And they're trying to cover both angles, aren't they?
Both angles, 3 angles, every angle. I've got to push it hard.
They're trying to anticipate Verstappen's moves, and that's why they haven't pitted Bottas yet. And but we do feel, don't we, that the only reason to change those tyres, other than a brilliant strategy call,
Yeah.
is that there must have been a puncture.
There had to be. And now he's having to fight back because those tyres were just too slow.
They were only about 15 laps old, weren't they, when he changed them?
14, yeah, bang on actually. Yeah, 14 laps, yeah. Would have been 15 when he changed over, including the outlap, yeah. So 15 lap old tyres, and they already died. Very bizarre. And they wouldn't have put on another set as well.
Died, they were never alive.
Yeah, but he's just put on another set that's just done that's done 13 laps, so he must have had a puncture. There was no psychological reason as Sainz sent it round the outside of Norris down in towards turn 1. Great move round the outside, but that was a DRS move as well. Not like what we saw with Perez or Ricciardo at all, was it? It was very much slipping round the outside and going, oh, surprise, peekaboo, I'm here.
And what do I always say? Last 15 laps. Here we're in him.
Yeah, here we go. Battle on once again. Here's a replay from it from the top angle. Sainz pulling to the inside. Norris tried to defend, and Sainz sold in the dummy.
That was clever.
I know Lando's young and all, but he doesn't need dummies anymore. I'm pretty sure about that.
I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, he dribbles a lot.
Bottas has just been told on the radio, the car behind is 4 seconds behind you, but he's on a different strategy. Multi-map 2-1. We all know what multi-map 2-1 means. Listen. 21-1. Oh, this is more. Lewis 2 seconds behind. He's fighting for the win. We just had more radio in our ears over that matter. So, yeah, basically... Valtteri, old chap, would you mind terribly passing out of the way for Sir Lewis?
It's Hungary.
Yeah, Sir Lewis needs to go through it. It's Hungary, it's Russia, it's everything. Black and white flag for Lando Norris. Now
What did he do?
Must be track limits.
It's track limits.
Yeah, it has to be track limits to get a black and white flag. Unless it was moving in the braking zone.
He's been fighting with that car all weekend. He damaged it yesterday.
Unless it was for moving in the braking zone.
What does that mean?
Well, he was in the braking zone. He moved
It's like
over.
a yellow card in football.
What's that? Don't hold Lewis up. Don't hold Lewis up.
No, Valtteri, hold him up. You do what you want.
I'm going to turn Megan down. I can sense her screaming.
I'm going to turn Megan off.
So, Sir Lewis Hamilton is about to pass. Yeah, don't hold Lewis up. So, Sir Lewis Hamilton is about to pass Private Bottas at the moment.
Corporal
Bottas.
Why do they have so many titles?
Thanks for that correction.
Well, Lewis earned his, and so did Valtteri.
He's going for it. Verstappen.
Valtteri was in the army.
Verstappen is 10 seconds ahead of this battle right now, and Lewis Hamilton is about to go through Valtteri Bottas. And Hamilton's got graining on the rear tyre. Bottas can see him coming. Hamilton goes to the inside. Bottas this is going to make it easy. They turn into turn 10 together. And Hamilton goes through. Bottas,
synchronized swimming.
Yeah, Bottas didn't really want to give that one up, did he?
Oh, they were nervous.
He was just making his point.
Yeah.
I just saw Toto just nervously shifting his seat. He was nervous.
He didn't see that one coming, did he?
That was Valtteri letting the team know, I am not happy with this.
Exactly. I think you're right, Meg.
I think you're right. Team orders at round 4.
Just I'll do it, but I'm not happy about this, and we'll be talking about this later.
I'm checking Twitter right now to see if this will go through at the moment with Bottas at this race to see what the
Verstappen radio.
Go on. Losses to check out. Yeah. Verstappen is saying, I'm racing Lewis, and he's not bleeping his tyres, and he's trying to keep ahead. So, so Verstappen's having a very hard time with it out there. Yeah, Max swearing like a Sonoda, trying to keep on.
I like that.
Yeah.
Swearing like a Sonoda.
I thought it was quite good. So Verstappen out there at the moment, holding through.
Beth, that's the quote of the day.
Yeah, there you go. 10 seconds ahead. And Bottas told not to hold Hamilton up, and now he's holding Hamilton up. And Bottas right now, Bottas is 100% not letting through so easily. And yet, honestly, I'm looking at Twitter right now. Bottas, you are the number 2 driver. Accept it. Bottas defying team orders. Don't hold him up. Bottas definitely doesn't want to finish the season in the Mercedes, does he? So, yeah, there's rumours going around that he'll be replaced mid-season by George Russell.
Look at the overtake.
Carlos Sainz pulls to the inside to get through, and Esteban Ocon for P7. Ocon can't fight back. Sainz goes through. Let's just talk about those rumours quickly. The fact that Russell might be replaced mid-season by... Bottas might be replaced mid-season by George Russell. But I think, was that part of the contract?
I don't really want that to happen because, honestly, I love it when Valtteri wins.
Valtteri boxes. Valtteri
I don't see what
pits.
the problem is. Valtteri knows he's the second driver and he's doing a good job.
Valtteri puts on one of his old sets of soft compound tyre, one of the old 3 sets he had available at the end of this race, going to slip behind surely Charles Leclerc. Gasly's trying to go right round the outside of Vettel to turn 1. Another beautiful move from Pierre Gasly. And he's really going out there at the moment today.
And
You want a bit to win
Leclerc
the
is now in 3rd.
Ferrari podium.
to win you win the constructors championship. You need both drivers collecting points, and Bottas is collecting points.
I know, but I absolutely love it when Valtteri gets a win.
Yeah.
Love it.
When was the last time he won? Austria
His
last
little
year?
face smiles, doesn't it, Meg?
When did Valtteri last win? Was it Russia last season? Why
I
am I
think he had
saying?
2 wins last year.
Why am I saying?
didn't
I've
he?
got a stat sheet here that tells me. Bottas last
Why
one.
did we not think he had?
Bottas last one. Austria 2021. That was his last win according to my notes.
My printing bill
Although,
is massive.
2020.
To be fair though, 2021. Sorry, 2020, you're right there. No, hang on. In that case, my notes are right because I thought it was wrong. Russia 2020, Bottas last one. Russia 2020. My notes are right. It's me not reading them correctly. But yeah, it says here, Valtteri Bottas, Russia 2020. So that's the last time he won.
I asked the FIA and the Formula One to actually not put out so many things because of the fact that it's costed me a fortune in printing.
This is only from the FIA. That stuff, all this rest, I make myself. Apart from that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to write these notes myself, you know.
That's what he's doing
We
in his
know.
bedroom.
Writing all these notes up for the season. Anyway, as I said, 16 drivers set the fastest lap here at the moment. Schumacher has the most here.
Just wonder if he hasn't got a typewriter on his bike.
No, that's what a mobile phone's for with Microsoft Office. You can do it on your phone now.
And I thought you two would go be ageist and say, typewriter, watch one of them.
I would love a typewriter.
I would love a typewriter too.
To be fair,
I know because I make sure you two love. Oh, look at that.
Uh-oh.
Verstappen has got.
That's exactly the same as what was
Raikkonen,
happening
yeah.
to, well, not only Raikkonen, Lewis's car.
I told them to pit.
Lewis, exactly the same.
In Formula
They've run
3
over something.
this weekend, we've
Yeah.
had 3 races, and in every single race,
Oh,
I think,
Lewis is
we've
worse.
had degradation on the tyres that has caused blowouts.
Lewis is.
No, Norris has pitted and he's come out
Garbage.
behind Alonso and Russell. George Russell's P10. He's snuck up there,
He's got
hasn't he?
As
He's got Norris just behind him as well, but Norris is on fresher tyres. He's just pitted.
he's got the 2 Alpines in front of him.
And yeah, Russell's out of the points now. Norris goes up into 10th.
And just to talk about people who just got in the points, on his second race back, Juan Manuel Carrera, who was the other driver in the
Fastest lap
accident,
going to Valtteri Bottas
he got a point.
with
Yes,
a.
yeah.
Hold on, if I can.
Megan's just interrupting everyone at the moment.
Yeah, with a 1:20.091.
I taught her to do this. She's been watching the Piers Morgan.
I was trying to
School of
get it in before it
Broadcasting.
disappeared, but I couldn't.
All right. So at the moment, then, this is now Bottas
You
on
into it
top.
when you want, Meg.
I'd just like to point out as well in this situation, is that frozen or is that live? 5 or 12, yeah.
I'm proud of you when you interrupt. You interrupted me as lead commentator yesterday. No, it was you that was the lead commentator. Demoted again.
Leclerc is closing.
You
and
were brilliant, Meg.
I'm gonna-
Anybody who hasn't seen it, watch it back. It was good.
So at the moment, 10 laps to go in this race, and Valtteri Bottas on 5-lap-old soft has closed up the 27-lap-old medium of Leclerc. And as you said, Megan, he's got the fastest lap of the race at the moment, Bottas, a 1:20.091. So they're closing up once again. So this could be interesting. And Hamilton, 4.5 seconds off of Verstappen. Oh,
Leclerc's 27 laps old.
Yeah.
His tyres. Bottas is going to eat him up,
And Norris
possibly in the next lap.
Norris has passed Alonso for P9. Bottas
Possibly
going
in
for
this
fourth.
corner.
Round the outside into turn 1. Leclerc surely can't defend from that one. Have to be a very late break. Wasn't working. Bottas up to third.
Go, Valtteri, go.
And that's better. Maximum points.
Personally, I think that the damage to both Verstappen and Hamilton's car is going to cause problems because Hamilton's damage to his wheels are a lot worse.
Yes. Why is it every time there is a Formula One session, it is always you three Verstappen, Hamilton, Bottas. 1, 2, 3 in any order. It's always them.
They're going for the record of
Most podiums
Most
together.
sessions.
most
Yeah.
podiums for the same 3 drivers.
They had it last time out, I reckon. I know it was this time. If they did it
This
here
time,
today,
if they
they'll
do
get
it
the record.
today,
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
beat the record. They equalled it last time.
Yeah, so if they do it today, they'll get the record of the most podiums together. But right now, it might not be because Hamilton is hunting down Verstappen. I might not have any tyres left at the end. And okay, we think Verstappen may have less, is what Bono says.
It's definitely Hamilton.
He definitely will. You're absolutely right. So, yeah.
It's definitely Hamilton. You have the worst damage, mate.
Verstappen's tyres 33 laps old. Hamilton's is 21.
Yeah, but he has the worst damage on his tyres from the thing we ran over.
Is that still lap 5? Has it moved up on the timer?
Still lap time.
Really? What?
It's lap 5.
Are they still circular? Is that timing graphic crashed? I'm going to check.
Oh, no, it's back. They're on to lap 6 now.
Okay, that was lucky.
They're running again.
That was lucky, not touching it.
And who is going to be...
Perez.
Perez.
It wouldn't be Verstappen. It would be Perez. They
It's
wouldn't
too
risk
late in
it.
the race.
Yellow
Yeah.
helmet, it's Perez.
If Verstappen pitted now, it would be worse than Portimao giving up a second. It's going to be Perez. Perez is going to go for the fastest lap. 2.9 second stop. Can I just say, well done Ferrari. They're 4th and 7th. And Bottas said... So Bottas has just been told that Verstappen might pit if Hamilton passes him. I think that
8
might be
laps to
possible,
go.
yeah.
I don't think... if I was leading Red Bull, I wouldn't dare pit this end of the race.
Knock on. Oh, Norris is being...
It's
yeah.
one of those
Knock
that
on wood.
Yeah.
it's, all depends what that right rear is doing. It could burst going over one of these bumps.
Norris being told that he's
Hamilton.
3 seconds faster than Ocon, so Norris might just catch him before the end of this race. Ferrari getting ready for a stop.
Science.
Is it Sainz? You know it's Leclerc.
Why pit Leclerc?
I don't know, but
Leclerc in the pit lane from 4th. He's got 34 seconds to Perez, and Perez has just pitted. That's why. They have to counter. And they'll have to put on the softs. Leclerc, if I look, has no new sets of softs left. So they are going to put softs on, but they're going to be an old set, probably from Q2 or Q3, presumably Q3. Because where did he start the race actually? Leclerc started P4, so it's a set from Q1
it is Leclerc.
or his first set run in Q3. It's very confusing. Leclerc wasn't sure whether it was box or not. He wasn't sure, was he, over the radio? Hang on a second. We're going to interrupt the commentary to bring you this. It's the fact that Verstappen and Hamilton are 0.5 a second between them. Verstappen's tyres, 35 laps old. Hamilton's 23. Hamilton's going to have to go for it. Hamilton has the DRS. Verstappen weaving left and right down the pit straight. Hamilton's in the toe. He's in the dirty air. He's getting everything flicked up at him. Sparks fly. Hamilton round the outside and takes the lead on the Spanish Grand Prix. Verstappen is right with him as well. Don't bother showing Toto. Get back to
Smile on
the
Toto's
track.
face.
And Hamilton leads from Verstappen. And that was Hungary 2019 Part 2. He's done it again.
6 laps to go, and it's too late for the Red Bull to.
Super work.
I think it's too. And did you see the throw off from Max's tyres while he was battling to get away from Lewis just then?
Watch.
It's degrading in sight.
Yeah, fireworks and all being spewed out the back of the Red Bull. Hamilton with a great toe down towards turn 1 takes the lead.
We're not allowed to play the radio from
No.
Thing
from
is,
Max.
if you look carefully, Lewis's tyres are also degrading.
Yeah.
Oh, big! Look at the sweat patches on Toto Wolff. Big cheer, big arms up in the air. So yeah, well done. And where is Hamilton actually? Well,
Verstappen radio.
is Bottas within our pit window? Negative. And but he's pitting. Verstappen's pitting. Max Verstappen is pitting.
Well, he does have enough time to... I think he
and
has
he's
26 seconds. As long as they do a really quick stop, he'll be fine.
This isn't right. Again, they did this at Portimao. This is the wrong way to go about winning a title, guys. This is the
He's
wrong
got 27
way.
It's a
seconds
quick-
over
It's a quick
Valtteri.
stop, though.
It's like
Oh, that's a 2.2. That's fast.
That's
And
fast.
he's
It's
put on-
better than the last one.
He's put on brand new softs. He's put on those brand new soft tyres as well.
I think that's 2 seconds better than the last one, isn't it?
It was, yeah, 4 seconds of the previous, 2 seconds this one. And Bottas, he's got Nikita Mazepin who turns it.
Oh!
Mazepin.
Mazepin does it again.
And now Alonso's going with Lance Stroll. Stroll trying to go around the outside, forces him off. Stroll off the track, didn't go over the bollard. Alonso keeps his position. Alonso's sinking like a stone. Stroll's trying to let Alonso go back through so he doesn't get cut out by the team, but he's come out in the battle with Valtteri Bottas. Bottas is trying to lap this lot. Alonso trying to let them through. Stroll's racing. Bottas could get caught up in this and get out of the race.
Stroll went for it there and nearly lost about 3 places.
And now Alonso pulls to the outside to let Bottas through. Stroll might get a slap on the wrist or a punch in the face from Michael Masi.
I love how Alonso is basically being a parent there and just like, please, can you just let Bottas through so we can actually get on with this race?
Russell is in where is Russell? P15 at the moment. Raikkonen's in the middle of this train as well, with Gasly in there as well. Gasly pulls to the outside, trying to get past Kimi Raikkonen. At the moment, not working, and Vettel going a bit late. Raikkonen's gone too deep. Gasly gets the cut back at turn 10. That's what we wanted to see at that new corner. Proper racing finally through turn 10 and 11. Raikkonen holds off. Gasly shuts the door. In the same time, Norris goes through a knock-on. That battle's been brewing for the last couple of laps.
This is going to end in a safety car.
Yeah, because they're all running together with Alonso down. This is the battle for 10th place, involving Alonso, Stroll, Gasly, Raikkonen, Vettel and
Brilliant.
Russell.
Right, so may I just say, what was that from Mazepin in the pit lane?
Alonso's under pressure. Stroll going round the outside, this time into turn 1. It's not going to hold it, and Stroll goes through into 10th. Alonso out of the points. But Alonso now is so slow on those tyres. He's got Gasly standing around the outside.
He does have an engine problem.
Yes, he does. Good. Reminding me, actually, that. And under investigation, Stroll and Alonso. That'll be for that incident just a lap ago.
Yeah.
And now Alonso dropping down. Raikkonen's going for it. Vettel might get...
I think
Vettel's going to be
something's
next.
broke now.
Yeah, Alonso really in trouble.
What was Mazepin doing when Verstappen was
Listening
coming
to the
out
radio,
of...
I think it was a Barcelona FM.
Yeah.
Because if he had
he
been
wasn't
like
taking any
even
notice.
just a human step closer, then both of them would have been out.
Alonso forced him off.
Yeah, Alonso forced him off, and also, sorry, Meg, but Alonso did touch him. Alonso could get the blame for this.
And Stroll
I
backed
don't
off and
care,
let him
it's an
back
engine
through.
problem.
Stroll backed off and let him back through, but
Megan
Alonso did
says-
force him off.
Megan says Alonso is innocent of all charges and will be represented
Can
in
I
court.
just say, looking back at it again, I think they might leave that as a racing incident because Stroll immediately backed off and let Alonso back through. Even though
Well,
he
I
got
hope
corner.
so, because
Yeah.
that's what your racing used to be.
Max Verstappen, fastest lap of the race, a 1:18.149, so that changes the point gap once again here.
Hey, Lewis, do you still think that Max's tyres are going to go first?
So at the end of this race, Hamilton will be on 94 points, followed then by 80 points for
Max has got
Verstappen.
fastest lap at the moment.
Yeah. So
faster than everyone.
Hamilton will have a 14-point gap in the championship going into the Monaco Grand Prix. A track where Max has A, yet to win at, and B, yet to finish at the podium at, and C, has crashed there numerous times and had a terrible weekend.
That's because everyone has crashed there at least once. Oh my God, Mazepin there. Oh.
Yeah, but forget about Mazepin at Monaco. Remember, Verstappen has crashed there quite a lot over his years. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. He never has a good time there.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And that's Gasly going through on Stroll. So Gasly's now P10. He's taken the point away from Lance Stroll by diving up the inside at turn 1. Stroll tried to go to defend the inside line. Wasn't paying off that well.
You shouldn't have done that.
No, he shouldn't. No, not at all.
That's what they've been saying recently, that under braking, you don't do that.
Yeah, and Gasly might be on the radio there saying, what is he doing? Ricciardo being told 4 more laps. But
That's how
only 3 to go.
Bottas and George came together.
Hamilton then, let's take a look at that rear tyre. It's looking all right. Maybe they've worn some off. Schumacher's just ahead of him.
I don't think it is.
Timing graphics have changed back to the colours. Not the right situation.
Yeah,
there.
they have. Someone got bored.
I think I can switch them back. There we go.
Oh, there we go. It was you, Josh.
I can. No, they must have reloaded the page, but I can switch the graphics back anyway.
So we've got 2 laps to go in Barcelona. The game of chess is at the moment playing out for Mercedes big time in 1 and 3. Right? Verstappen's got the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Right? And they're going to, if they finish how they are, they will create yet another new record for the number of times the 3 of them have been on the podium together.
That is certainly a record that can be broken again.
But Red Bull Perez is closing on, on what he's been doing in previous races. I said Perez would get used to this car eventually.
He has, yeah.
Right? And he's having a great race today. He's in 5th place, right? And I think that is a good position for him after just a few races in that car.
Megan, the thing she's sort of flying over the screen about 20 for 30 laps ago is actually pollen off the trees. That's been blowing around the circuit.
I know I think this it's been playing some of them up.
Yeah, the pollen can get in your brake ducts. A lot of Schumacher gets out of the way.
You can see it visibly.
Visible pollen.
Yeah, it looks like little gnats all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
I was like, is it raining?
Verstappen certainly is pushing, isn't he? But he's not going to get 18 seconds in the next couple of laps.
Do you know, for a second I thought, is it snowing?
Yeah, it's not snowing. I've seen a lot of things in Spain, but look at that. Verstappen's already got a problem. That left front, he's locked up. And they're brand new
He's locked
tyres.
it up on it.
They're degrading.
4 lap old, and the front left is already going.
He ran wide, that's why.
They're going to have to look into that.
Looking good at the moment.
We've got a green
Lap
in the British touring cars.
Yeah, it's lap 15 of lap 15.
Oh, last lap, good. So we'll end the British Touring Car Championship race is about to end. Our race is about to end.
So it's
Simultaneous
last
ending.
lap here
Yeah.
at Cuxton.
Actually, yeah, it would be the simultaneous ending, which is great news. Don't tell anybody who won. I don't want to know either.
Yeah. As if I could see that.
Yeah,
I know.
don't you tell Megan. But so we'll have that last lap the call here in Spain.
It's smaller than Megan's writing.
The British Touring Car Championship is up next as well. Due to the red flag, we will be on air at 4:15 for a bit of extra coverage. And then we'll go racing again for the last race of the day, which will be live.
Last lap. Come on, Lewis.
Well, this is going to be a momentous weekend, isn't it? This is the one where he needed to be really pulling ahead of Verstappen, certainly. And he's done it. Pole position yesterday, number 100.
Lewis
today,
has pointed out
98.
this week that, every race Max does is experience for him and into him getting better. Right, he'll learn from these things, and so will his team.
Mercedes have had 230 Grand Prix starts. This is going to be their 118th Grand Prix victory. But for Lewis Hamilton, this is a victory that he absolutely needed.
Whoever suggested to Toto to change those tyres, genius.
Came in then to this weekend with an opportunity to take a 100th pole position. He did it yesterday. Today, Lewis Hamilton will be 2 away from 100 wins. Hamilton, it's once, it's twice, it's 3 times a winner. In 2021, victory 98.
Yay.
And what a performance. Absolutely brilliant. A masterclass in how to do tyre management and how to hunt down prey. Max Verstappen finishes his 100th race for Red Bull on the podium in P2. It's his 45th podium with the team.
Is that Toto's son?
I think it might. No, too
From
young.
his first marriage?
No. Valtteri Bottas finishes in 3rd. Podium 58 for him. And Charles Leclerc is going to come home in 4th. But this is the battle for the points main position as well. Ocon 9th, Gasly 10th. At the line, Stroll will finish 11th. On the board, Lando Norris comes home P8 in a great performance. Schumacher is 18th. But well done to Charles Leclerc getting 4th place in that Ferrari. They've been strong all weekend. Great to see that.
Sainz in 7th.
Yeah, for Ferrari as well. Double points finally for them. That's going to help
And
the constructors.
Biff.
Perez with a broken shoulder.
Beth.
Danny Ricciardo comes 6th.
6th.
Danny Ricciardo finishes the race in 6th.
Well done.
Hamilton being told, great job. That strategy worked beautifully at the moment. Certainly did, didn't it?
Do you know, quite often, Lewis is the one who makes the call.
Yeah.
And Toto has to agree to it. I think it was Lewis's call.
I wouldn't put it past him because he dived in.
I'm going to just go now because now it's just congratulations.
I want to. Yeah, annoyingly, Megan turned the fader down right when Toto was talking to see if he was talking about the strategy.
Yes.
So you pulled that down at the wrong
He
time.
wasn't.
He might have done. You turned the fader down.
I could still hear him. He wasn't.
Well, look, children, this
If
will
he
be
was, I
sorted
would've done
out when we rewatch it.
Yeah. No,
Fastest lap of a race goes to Max Verstappen with a 1:18.149.
wow, plus a bonus point as well. So let's do the math, shall we? So they came in 69 plus 25 for Hamilton. Hamilton's now on 94 points.
Who taught him how to use a calculator?
So Hamilton's now on 94 points.
Yeah.
Verstappen came in on 61. He's got 19, which puts him on 80. Hamilton has a 14-point gap in the title going into Monaco. Megan doesn't know which fader that one's on, so she can't turn it down to hear. Oh, Verstappen is that angry. He's whacked over the P2 board. So Verstappen angry. A race has gone today. A race has gone today for him.
Oh, he's really angry. Oh, and of course they make the record books.
Yep, good point. They have now Hamilton, Verstappen and Bottas, in any order, has now made the record books for the most podiums shared in Formula One. And I think for the first time in a long while, the fans have actually voted Lewis Hamilton as driver of the day. And for once,
Well, yeah,
I'm going to agree with them.
it was good.
Hamilton saying, you guys continue to impress
Ooh,
me.
those tyres.
Yeah. Well, they've got a pickup there. So,
Another 10
Hang
laps
on.
and they would have dead.
oh yeah. So Lewis Hamilton, 3 times a winner in 2021.
Another 10
98
laps
poles.
on
Yeah.
those tyres, they would have been dead.
Well, they've got a pickup on them as well, and he did 30 laps in the end, so yeah, 40 probably wouldn't have done. Hamilton just called that to perfection.
Yeah, but I
in the
think
end,
Megan's
yeah.
looking at the right-hand one, and
That's got holes in it,
it's got a
yeah.
hole in it.
Not great, is it, at the moment? Verstappen, second yesterday, second today. He is going to be so angry.
Those tyres are reminding me of like the ones we had in early 2020.
It's Silverstone and
Yeah.
France.
Okay, this happened yesterday. Yeah, this happened yesterday in the Formula E race, where the top 6 finished where they qualified in the race. Exactly the same. We've had overtake after overtake in this race, haven't we? Several
Lewis
different lead changes.
Congratulating his car.
Yeah. The grid, the top 4 was Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas and Leclerc. The top 4 in this race, Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Leclerc. The same 2 rows have finished in the same positions they started. And yet we've had overtakes in this race. I feel like the F1 fans who look at Barcelona and say, oh, there's never overtaking there. There's never any overtaking there. Look at the stats. Watch the racing. Today has been a fantastic race in Barcelona. I've enjoyed that one a lot. So you can go. I'm just having to stop this.
I think it's Toto's sister or brother and his kids and wife, because of the fact that the guy looks exactly like Toto.
Max Verstappen being talked to now over the radio. We've got a problem with one of.
I want to listen to Max.
No, we can't, unfortunately, because we'll get in trouble
I
and get
know.
banned on off it. So yeah, we've got it. Oh, there we go.
He's not happy, is he?
Just stop the recording there. There we go. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
just
timing done.
being overused.
It must get frustrating for Max that you know, a team that when Seb was the world champion could do no wrong with their strategy calls, keep
Yeah.
getting it wrong.
Yeah, it's saved. Just leave it there because I'll need it in a sec.
No.
At least he's smiling. I think he's enjoying this battle. That's good news.
Yeah, but now he's lost. He's lost Bahrain. He won it. He won in Miller, but now he's
But
lost.
it's a
2 races
long
in a row.
season. There's 23 races this season if we get through all of them.
19 to go, of course.
Yeah.
The next one in 2 weeks' time at Monaco. The Monaco Grand Prix is.
And we
gonna
used
be
to have,
a
what,
step
18 races a season for years and years?
Yeah, and if that was that, Hamilton would now have an advantage in the championship so big that would be going, oh, well, he's champion, there we go. But it's only 14 points at Monaco next time out. A track that favours Lewis and doesn't favour Verstappen, which is why qualifying is so important in Monaco. Max will go there knowing the history he's had there with all the accidents he's had and all the bad luck he's had there. He's going to go there. He's going to put all of that out of his mind. And yeah, luck be a lady in Monaco. He's going to have to really have lucky dice. He's going to have to go to fortune tellers and everything. He needs the best luck possible, and he needs to go to Monaco with a completely clear head. Otherwise, it's Hamilton's.
Yeah, Lewis has always liked the battle that Monaco has given you, and it's his home where he lives. So you know, he's like a lot of them. The circuit doesn't have any.
No overtaking spots really. No, it's all pretty much low on the ground as well.
And it's all about it's all about positioning. It's always been an intriguing race, the Monaco Grand Prix.
I am looking to the long-range weather forecast, and it's showing rain at Monaco. That could be an interesting one.
What have I told you?
It
You
never
can only
rains.
no. You can't go more than 7 days.
That's going 12. So 14, 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And be accurate.
Yeah, it's a
You've
chance.
got an idea.
Yeah, it's an idea it might rain. So
Yeah.
It's still risky one day.
Yeah.
Keep
it
your,
is.
Keep your fingers crossed it's going to rain. Are you going to vacate the box? I don't know if you were. Yeah?
Yes,
Right.
my big driver of the day is Lewis, and Max had a great race, and Bottas was a great teammate.
Fantastic. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, because I've been hurting
Yes, I
really
noticed,
badly
yeah.
since about
Lap 12.
Lap 12.
Yeah. Off you go then. Thanks, Dad. I'll take that. I'll take the headset. It's all right. I'll take that off for you. I'll put it on the desk here. So thanks to Ian Birch. You'll go in now and focus on the British Touring Cars the rest of the day to watch that. Megan may as well stand up and take over the spot in the commentary box. Oh, don't be silly, Megs. It's fun. Oh, we've already got the podium. Anyway, I need you on British Touring Car duty in a second.
What?
Not commentating, but you're going to be my director. I need you to fast forward. What we'll do with the British Touring Cars, because we now know it's red flag, we'll record the first bit with the crash, do all the analysis, and then we'll do live commentary on the second race of the 12 laps, because there's no chance that race is going to happen on time now at 5:15. It will be delayed about 20 minutes, so that'll be fun. So stand by for when we'll go live, when we know that race is going to happen. Go on then, Megan, who's your driver of the day today?
Leclerc.
Leclerc, really?
Yeah, because unlike so many weekends, the entire Ferrari have done so well this weekend that I want them to have it.
Well, that's
Like,
an interesting call, yeah.
I'll give it to either Leclerc or Sainz. Either one.
Fair call, to be fair. No, honestly, I'll give you that one, yeah. There's your graphics in the moment. I think I'll change the lap counter next time out as well, just to remove the errors that we've been having this weekend. So thanks for everyone for sticking with us and bearing with it out there as well. 175 people, I think, still watching after the checkered flag. So thumbs up to you. We'll give you now the British national anthem and the German. We'll have to talk over it, of course. And then we'll, I say break. We'll be on air in about half an hour for the British Touring Cars. The second race, we've got to do the red flag period, and then we've got to go and do the green flag period, which mind escapes me at the moment, which was 12 laps, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
15 in the end, wasn't it? Because it got extended because of the safety car.
Yeah.
Well, if it benefits, the red flag was out anyway, so that'll delay for a while. And then later on tonight on BBB Racing 1 on Twitch, you can join me for the Champion Series, which will be fun.
I wish I could join you for that, but I've got to study.
Yeah. And
So
of
I've got a
course,
test on
we won't
Tuesday.
now see you at all, even next weekend for the MotoGP for 45 minutes, I don't think, will we?
I'm not sure about it because I have massive tests.
Well, I'll drag
5 of them.
I'll drag somebody else in for MotoGP. But yeah, so we won't see Megan now until Monaco in 2 weeks' time, when all your exams, I think, are over after then, aren't they?
Pretty sure, yeah. Because I have
Hey.
5 exams, this week and next week.
Monaco!
Hold on. I have one on the 11th,
Yeah.
13th, 14th, 18th, and 20th.
There you go. Send luck.
Not sure where the others are.
Yeah, send luck Megan's way.
Thing is, that's not even the end of it. I
No.
don't know where the others are because they didn't decide to put them on the mock timetable, which I find stupid. And I even voiced that in the lesson.
So there's a replay of Hamilton. So next weekend, we've got the MotoGP French Grand Prix, the only thing on next weekend as well. So rejoice. Actually, no, we've also got the IndyCar from GMR. That'll be in the highlights form. Week after that, we've got the Monaco Grand Prix. Then on the 29th, we've got the MotoGP Italian Grand Prix and live coverage on the 30th of May. So clear your day that day as well.
For what, May?
30th of May. Clear your date for MotoGP's
I'm
Italian.
off.
Yeah, for the MotoGP Italian Grand Prix and the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500.
It's half time at 28th.
Yay!
So, yay.
Yeah, so yeah, clear your schedule because honestly, the Monaco Grand Prix is on the 23rd, and then we get the Indy 500 a week later, and we'll be covering the Indy 500 live as well. So that could be quite a feat. I don't think Ian Birch will join us in the commentary box for that one.
No.
I think for that race, the Indy 500,
Yeah.
he'll be more of a...
Punditry?
he'll be in pundit, so he'll be in race control with a camera set up, but then we can cut to him whenever he wants to talk anything. And I presume, I think I'm also going to ask Ed to be involved in that one as well. So all hands on deck commentary team. Second place on the board then for Max Verstappen. Third place for Valtteri Bottas. It's so much I can't actually get my ring off. My finger, it's been that much of a strain today. No, don't you try.
No, I can do it.
Yeah, well, it's been that warm in the box. We actually haven't had the heater on today, I hope you've noticed.
Let me see.
Anyway, we'll deal with that after
Let's
off
do
air.
that.
Yeah, we'll deal with that after off air because look at this. Here we go. Valtteri Bottas is third, Max Verstappen second, but your winner is Lewis Hamilton and the British national anthem on in the background.
Right, so we've got to talk over this, and I think that was a good race, more exciting than we usually have at Barcelona.
Yeah, absolutely. I think looking at it as well, people who say they're going to look at that and say, oh, it was Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas and Leclerc, the same top four that was on the qualifying.
They're
What
just
if,
like, oh,
yeah.
that race was boring. Just like, no.
Watch it. That was a classic Lewis race where he did the strategy call right, he did everything correctly, and it was another great race for Lewis. Ideally, Verstappen shouldn't have pitted after because he came home in the end 10 seconds ahead of Bottas.
I do think that I wouldn't have risked any team break.
Because if we saw
pitting 8 laps before.
Hamilton's tyres were done basically, and we saw what happened at Silverstone as well with that puncture. It could have happened to him, and a rear left puncture is harder to get around the track than the front left because with the front left you still got the rear tyres to drive you. Elsewhere,
And like push you.
yeah, elsewhere you haven't. So in my opinion, bad move.
Though if it's a rear tyre, then they'll just be being forced backwards
And the floor,
instead
yeah.
of actually
yeah, and
going.
the floor gets damaged. It's harder to turn the car. So it wasn't really a risk that Red Bull should have taken of pitting Max and losing that possible advantage. Yes, he probably would have stayed second, but Hamilton's made it to the line once before at Spain. It could have
been much closer.
Yeah, he could have made it to the line here. But a great job for Hamilton. He takes victory. We've heard the British and German national anthem over on YouTube here now, with Verstappen second and Bottas in third. Timed that perfectly, didn't we? That was well done, yeah. And look! Oh, brilliant. The Master of Ceremonies. We've been wondering where he is, and we were worried about him, but he's here. He's back. Great to see. The Master of Ceremonies. Trophy up there for Lewis Hamilton. Beautiful trophy here at the moment for Lewis. Sir Lewis Hamilton, of course. The trophy is presented by Jose Manuel Franco, the Secretary of State for Sports, Pedro Rodriguez, the Mayor of Montemelio, where the track is, Raymond Tremoda, unfortunately it's disappeared who the last gentleman was presenting the trophies. The Constructors' Trophy presented to Mercedes. Max Verstappen gets the second trophy. Well done to him, but Max is going to feel like the race has gone from him today, isn't it really?
Yeah, it's just like this second place, it should have been a first.
Yeah. And Valtteri Bottas takes third. And as ever, you know what it is. It's champagne time! Hamilton immediately sprays the Mercedes team member. Bottas being finished drinks. And so is Max, actually. Max spraying him as well. Max now goes sprays over to spray Valtteri. But I'll tell you one thing as well. Typical Valtteri. He's finished, of course. 2 hours out of drink. Big gulp. And away we go.
Just like, where's not what not?
Yeah, absolutely. Now he's spraying it. Would you waste a $2,000 bottle of
No. I would always I'll just be like, okay, can someone just get me a glass?
Yeah. So, race over. We're going to go off air now for the British Touring Car Championship coming away in about 20 minutes' time. We will also be back at 5:15, maybe slightly delayed for the last 2 British Touring Car races, but do stay tuned. Keep an eye on YouTube for when they're going to be on as well. Get a notification. And we'll be back, though, maybe slightly later, actually, than 6:45 for the Grand Prix review. Maybe it's 7 due to the red flag of the British Touring Cars. But 2 weeks' time, Formula One returns to the streets of the Principality. The Jewel in the Crown, the Monaco Grand Prix returns. And that was the full host of commentary partners as well. All hands on deck for Monaco on the 20th to the 23rd of May. Practice, remember, on a Thursday. So we have our preview show on the Wednesday night. Practice on Thursday. Friday's a day off, but me and you might do a little live show just chatting about things. And I think actually what we're going to do there is an online race. A two race and then an online race like we said in pre-season testing. So Friday has a plan.
It's too bright in here.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday going forward. So Megan, while I get the graphics ready to switch off, What did you make of that race? Sum up for me.
I thought it was quite good and very dramatic in some areas, especially towards the end.
No offence, Megs, but it sounds like you're reading off a manuscript there of things to say. Feels like someone's
Well,
holding a gun to your head and say, what do you think? Say something good about this race. Hey, come on.
Well, I liked when I thought Mazepin was being an idiot because when he was too close to the pit lane. He knew Verstappen was coming out the pit lane, and yet he didn't do anything about it when he was going. He should have gone a bit wider and maybe even go a little bit off the track. That would have been acceptable because it was high speeds and it could have been massive crash.
I like your blazer that you've put on today. Your leather blazer.
It's my leather jacket.
Yeah. You're very stylish here. I can't wait to see what you put on in Monaco. Is that white fleece coming back out? White, I forgot the name of it. Blouse coming back out with a nice long T-shirt that says "Coffee is Lord" or something. Coffee is God or something.
Maybe it is Monaco.
Lovely. Right, thanks for your company. We'll be back shortly for the British Touring Cars, and join us later on tonight for live coverage for the Grand Prix review as well. Don't know if you're joining that. Probably not. We'll see. But if not, I'll just sit at the desk chatting. It's all fun. Right, thanks for your company from the Spanish Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, 3-time winner in 2021. Verstappen again in second. So, it was 1-0 in Bahrain, 1-1 in Emilia-Romagna, 2-1 in Portugal, and now Verstappen's going to have to come back from Hamilton's 3-1 lead. Join us in Monaco to find out more. Bye for now.